show up and just kind of hanging out. So I figured I'd start the stream up a little early, and we'll get this going out. As soon as he gets here, we'll probably sit here and bullshit for a little bit like you do. And then we'll get started. Probably about our normal time, at least that's what I'm expecting. Hey, Steve.
He's trying to talk.
I don't think he can.
There'll be at least 30 seconds of didn't realize he was muted, didn't have his headset plugged in, is actually in a wind tunnel.
Oh, I saw it for a second. I swear I heard something.
He's blinking, like I said.
Blink, blink, blink. Blink, 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 blink. Steve, if you can hear us, blink twice. Blink, 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 blink. You want us to pull the plug and spend your money on booze? Okay. Blink, blink.
Hey, Gingy. What's going on?
That sounds like a WoW coma to me.
Sounds like he's eating something.
I'm eating something and I'm tired. I went to the fair, the state fair on Friday.
Cool.
How's that?
Got like 20,000 steps on my pedometer and my hips have been hurting ever since.
Well, the hips don't lie. So.
Oh, wow. Boom.
They could. You never know. I mean, I'm just saying I wouldn't trust them with my secrets.
He's logging off the server.
Yeah, I see him.
There he goes.
I have a weird, complicated relationship with the fair. It's like every year I go and don't have a good time and wonder why I go, and then the next year I'll be like, man, I really want to go to the fair.
It's been a year.
You're a glutton for punishment.
Surely it's gotten better,
Apparently.
right?
I mean, is
No.
there stuff that you enjoy there at all, or is it just a...
There used to be, but those things don't seem to be there anymore. But I go
it's
anyway.
all commercial now. There's no fairness.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not like a fair anymore. More like
Well-
spend money.
Well, when I was a kid, like or not even as a kid, like, I mean, it was good, up into my mid-20s, I think. There's like a big flea market part that used to have interesting stuff. I would go and do that. And now that area is getting just dumber and dumber and dumber. Like, I don't know if you paid attention or went into that part, but like the number of, between DirecTV and Dish, they had 8 booths.
Yeah.
And
Hey, there's Steve.
almost every row had another DirecTV or Dish booth.
So there's a lot of sponsorship by DirecTV / the other place.
Well, that's the thing. It's like it doesn't even seem to be sponsorship kind of stuff because they give the sponsors certain stuff. This seems like it's just like, if you think of it like a convention, it's just like a dealer in the dealer's room.
Okay. All right. I can mentally comprehend that.
We call it the junk section. Because
Yeah,
all of it
like,
is junk.
well, they used to have cool stuff in there. Like, I remember growing up, there was cool stuff in there from time to time. But I mean, not every time, sure, but I mean, there was scattered throughout the bullshit was usually some kind of, oh, that's kind of cool. Maybe I'll spend $5 in here.
Well, they used to have a flea market. They
Well,
took
yeah.
the flea market away.
Yeah,
And I
and
think
but it was like a flea market. There was a flea market in one hall, and also like this I don't know. It's not quite a flea market, but it is kind of a commercial area. Like, they used to give away free stuff, but it wasn't entirely 100% bullshit either. Like, you could walk through it and go, oh, that's kind of cool. And so it's like, I mean, the fairness campaign was there, and so I signed that's all I did was sign petitions. Like, the fairness campaign was like, hey, here's a petition to sign for rights and shit. So I'm like, cool, I believe in that. And
But do you ever sign the petition for lefts?
no. It was like the local atheist group had a petition to not allow government funding for the several $billion build an arc project. I'm like, yeah, please don't use my tax dollars to build the arc. That's retarded. So I was like, I signed those things and got accosted by Dish Network, and then went outside. And I remember like the Midway used to be fun. They used to have like I missed the Freak Show. They used to have like pay 5 tickets and see the Snake Woman, or pay 5 tickets, amazing headless woman. And I like that kind of kitschy roadside bullshit. Like I'll enjoy that. Oh, world's largest possum, totally. Why not? Let's check it out. Um, in like a spook house and shit like that. It's all gone. It's just not there anymore. And I don't know. There's just everything I remember fondly of it seems to all be gone.
It's less of a fair now, more like you said. It's more of just a fucking.
Okay.
It's super commercial.
Let me tell you, it cost like $6 for some French fries. $9
Okay.
for a chicken sandwich.
So normal to me, that's normal fair prices. But you should be getting a ridiculous bag of fries. It's not like a little fries from McDonald's. It should be like a big, herky fucking 3
Well, it's
potatoes
$10.
with a fry.
Okay, it's $10 to get in, $8 to park. So one person is at least paying $18. Let alone everything there is so overly expensive. I get that they have to charge more, but to ride a ride is like 4 tickets, and what is a ticket? $1 now? I don't even know.
I don't know. It's something stupid, but
It's one of those. The Alaskan State Fair is like ridiculous, and you can pay for a lot of shit. But if you show up like I do and go, I don't want to buy a fucking thing. I'm going to pay for part of the parking. Whoever drove me here, I want to buy a ticket at the front gate that says anything you can get on the ride. You ride, boom, there's my wristband. So I'm like, the $20 admission is everything. And that's everything from all the rides, all the roller coasters, all the silly stuff. Like you can choose to, I want to ride a sheep. Okay. That you can go sheep broncoing for fun. It's like, just for the giggles. I'm like, hell yeah. I'm in the animal section. Like
That would be cool, but they
5
won't do
hours.
that.
yeah. I don't know. There used to be a bunch of cool shit both in the Midway, like the circusy fair shit to do, and also in the like dealers area. There would always something that I would like, and it doesn't seem to be the case anymore. And this isn't new. Like I've been saying this every year. I've been going for like the last 6 years. God, it's not fun anymore. Why do I go? And then the next year I'll come around and I go, God, I want to go to the fair.
So what
There's
you're
still-
saying at this point, it's now a fool me 8 times. Shame on me.
Pretty
But
much.
for that 9th time, I'm gonna catch on.
Well, this year I did something. Okay, so we have an amusement park in town, and it's gone through various owners and has been shut down and then bought by someone else and reopened time and time again. And I hadn't been inside there in, oh God, probably 10 years, and I had like a nostalgia boner for it. And through my wife's work, she got like a really good deal where you can go into, because it's at the same location as the theme park, the state fair is. So they're like, cool, you pay this flat rate, which was through my wife's discount. It was like $10 a piece to go into the amusement park, and all you can ride. So like, man, I've been kind of thinking about going again, but the normal admission's like $40 a person, and I was like, I don't want to go that bad. So we paid our $10 a piece, and we went in so I could have like my nostalgia boner and go, oh, I remember that, and oh, remember that thing. But most of it was closed down. Like the big like world record holding roller coaster we used to have was dismantled and sold to another amusement park, and like, so we're just sort of walking around going like, there's a couple of things that I remember, but
I used
the
to work.
yeah, but
Yeah.
most of the cool shit's gone. Like the whole back half of it where T3 and stuff was roped off, so it was pretty much just like pay $10 and get to see the shambling remains of the front half of the amusement park, with all the water park stuff closed. So I was like, well, this is fucking sad and bullshit.
I was gonna say, I think the only reason I will probably step foot in a fair at this point is either if I really, really, really want a fucking funnel cake, or to take my kids just so they can say, I went to the fair.
Funnel cake is the only reason you should go. Funnel
Dude,
cake.
I get funnel cake,
Real,
they almost
real talk.
Ice cream shop.
Seriously
But, like,
though,
okay.
corn slides,
They
I
ruined
like
the
Normal carpet slides.
All right, I'll give you that, man. I also do enjoy a good carpet slide, but this place even ruined the funnel cake.
Wow.
I'm not
extra
kidding.
Bonus points.
How
for
do you
Steve.
ruin funnel cake?
That's a
uh,
crime.
By
That's
not
a
having
crime.
the oil hot enough and making the inside pretty much straight
Oh.
malleable dough.
Oh, that's no good. Yeah.
But so I didn't even get one. Like I was thinking about getting a funnel cake, but I was trying to be like, okay, you're at the fair, everything is deep fried horseshit. You should probably eat a little intelligent, you know. Like I'm not exactly on a diet, but I am trying to make smarter dietary choices as a fucking grown up. So I was like, well, I'm gonna get something. It's the fair. I'm just not gonna go fucking butt fuck and just run around to every booth and go one of those and three of those and one of those and two of those. You know, it's like I'll pick one awful fair junk food and I'll have that.
Did you get the Krispy Kreme hamburger?
No, I don't eat hamburgers.
Oh my
so-
god, that's fucking disgusting.
Oh yeah, and I also think that's disgusting, but I don't eat red meat either. I had a huge old pretzel and a huge old whiskey, and there was one of the honky tonkin' country music booths had was sponsored by Jim Beam, so I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna get a whiskey and a huge pretzel, but yeah, so I caught up with one of my friends that I saw there, and she had a huge funnel cake, and she was like, I can't quite put my finger on why this funnel cake is gross. Please eat a chunk of it and tell me I'm not crazy. And I said, sure, and I grabbed a chunk of her funnel cake, and like, well, the middle of it's just raw, uncooked dough.
Ugh.
That's just fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Yuck. Ugh. I actually just drew the mental picture though in my head, and I know it's not what you would do, but I have this mental image of people at the fair like enjoying a nice big fucking pretty very rare burger and just enjoying it, and some guy staggering by with a bottle of whiskey in his hand, just like putting going, that shit'll fucking kill you. Glug 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 glug.
No, you'll probably see that kind of shit
I
at
know,
a fair.
Dude.
but
Like
but
it
I
used
can
to be
picture-
fun. Like I used to
I
go
can
buy
actually
dumb
picture that
bullshit at the
happening
flea
at
market.
your last Eastern fair. I can picture somebody doing that. Some vegetarian like roving by, yelling at the burger eaters while getting drunk off their ass. Like, yeah, have fun on your drive home.
I want to know what was going on with the Jehovah's Witness booth. Did you notice that, Anna? Was it like that for you? Like it was. Well, it was in like the inside area with all the Dish Network people and whatnot. But there was like a Jehovah's Witness booth, and it was fucking popping. Like there was like 20 people in the booth, and they looked like they were all having a good time. I was
Oh,
walking around, I was just like, what the fuck?
that's because
Just you thought about converting.
Back. That's
They're
why.
just standing right inside the tent, being like, "Did you
Yeah.
come? Did you get them? They're
Well,
coming
it was
in."
like it was just like okay, so like each booth at the most foot traffic had like 4 people inside each booth at the time we were there, and the Jehovah's Witness booth had like 20. It was like shoulder to shoulder, and everybody looked they were having like a great time. I was just like, holy shit! Apparently, I need to witness me some Jehovah. Like it was just fucking happening. Like my wife is like, I wonder how many of those people like they pay to be in that booth and look happy. I was like, you could fucking pay me to stand in a booth and look happy.
Seriously.
I'll take that
Money.
money.
The bonus is I hope they do it again this year, just for side thought of, oh my god, right next to the big animals part of the live animal section, so where all the cows and stuff are. That's where the main grilling was being done last year, and the wind was predominantly blowing east. And that was blowing the smell of all the barbecue directly into the barn. I was
Shit.
like, this is cow torture right here. This is hilarious because you know the cows when they're going, oh god, oh.
Man, well, we didn't go. Well, we went into the livestock section mainly because we both just wanted to go see the Angora rabbits. Like there was a big rabbit thing going on. So I was like, hell yeah, I want to see like an Angora rabbit because it was human. So I'm like, that's gonna be hilarious. They're gonna just be giant. Like, where's even the rabbit? They're gonna look like tumbleweeds. So I went and looked at the Angora rabbits. I skipped through the cows because I don't give a shit. Like I just walked through, and the only thing I always like looking at in the livestock section is near all the livestock is like a little tent where the people who own the livestock like basically just live at the fair for a few days, and I like to peek in and see how the fucking farm people are living for the week. Just like look at the cot and the giant box of kicks that some dude is sitting in there in his tidy whities watching like a weird little generator TV. It's like having a good time, buddy.
Speaking of homeless farm people, we should probably get started.
See, that kind of an experience would cause PTSD, dude. I'd go to the fair just for the funnel cake and get a
Dude,
huge ass
the funnel cake and the
have it be
PTSD.
raw in the middle.
Dude,
That would
yeah.
make me
No, I was
so
pretty
mad.
upset because I was tempted. Because the having a whiskey and a soft pretzel isn't exactly the worst thing in the world for you. So I was like, I might get something else. And the funnel cake was really my only big temptation. Like I saw, like when I see the really ridiculous bullshit, like the deep fried Oreo cheesecake on a stick, I just go like, all right. I just look at that and I go, well, that's a good way to get diabetes and diarrhea. And so it's like, but the funnel cake, there's something special about funnel cake that lives in my heart forever.
That's what I'm talking about, dude. You get there and there's the smell and you have all
Right.
those positive memories of how great it is,
Yeah.
and you bite into it and it's fucking a travesty. That's
Yeah.
gonna corrupt your goddamn brain programming for the rest of your life. It's a fucking crime.
Cotton candy took it back 'cause it was disgusting. How do you mess up cotton candy?
Yeah,
For real.
You can. It's actually,
Clearly.
it's actually pretty easy to do. You're talking about when you got the bag and a lot of it's already clunked and crystallized because they had the temp too high?
No,
See-
it was fresh out of. It was still warm. It was fresh out of the thing, and it looked fine, but it tasted horrible.
Well, see, for me, you can't really ruin cotton candy because I actually like circus peanuts.
Dude, me too.
Oh, wait,
Oh,
wait,
cool.
Oh,
I'm not the only weirdo.
No, yeah,
I like-
I don't
no.
know. I don't
like
know
circus
anyone
peanuts.
else.
I like
Oh, you
mean
circus
the
peanuts
candy
and I like
peanuts.
candy corn. I like
You
both
mean
of those.
candy? My brain was like, circus peanuts? Holy shit.
Dude, fuck
Fresh
yeah.
roasted?
I'm
And I
not
was like,
alone. I feel so glad that I'm not alone right now. I've never
Yeah,
met
no.
anybody else who actually likes circus peanuts.
I
like-
like circus peanuts and I like candy corn. There's two
I do
types
too.
of candy people can't fucking
No,
stand, but I like both of them.
No,
You-
I also
neither
like
of you,
black licorice.
neither
Well,
of
that
you
got
are
me down.
human.
Like,
That's
That's all I have to say. And neither of you are human. That being
I
said,
like candy corn and black licorice. I think I like the Brock's giant candy corn pumpkins more than the candy corn
I think that's
just
because you get more with
uh-huh.
them.
It's the same
That's
candy.
why.
It's just more
Yeah.
in your mouth.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% behind those, and I also really like circus peanuts. Only, or not only, but particularly when they're just a little bit stale.
Mm.
My
When they
brain
just
is-
get a little firmer, like they've been in the gas station for a little too long because no one else buys them.
I can balance
really
balance out my appreciation of circus peanuts with the fact that I don't like nickels.
Okay.
If you've
All
ever
right,
had
I
the
want, I
nickel,
want
the
an
nickels,
explanation to that sentence.
then you don't know what the nickel wafers are?
Oh, Necco. Oh, yeah. I heard nickels like
No, they're-
currency, and you
they're-
lost me.
No, there's a brand
I
called
know
Nickels,
nickel
but
wafers.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
like nickel wafers a lot.
I don't like nickel wafers, but I do like certain nuts, so I balance out my weird candy taste.
I am that weirdo. I also like nickel wafers. I have been made fun of by my wife more than once because we'll go into a gas station on a road trip. Particular something about road trips. I'll have to go get me a wax papery tube of nickel wafers.
Oh, that's another thing too. Fucking
you need
candy
to carve-
dots,
Oh,
Candy
God.
dots,
Candy
I'm
dots?
not super into.
because it's mostly paper. That's why.
It's mostly paper, and it doesn't taste like anything. It's just paper and sugar. I do like nickel wafers though, because they're chalky as fuck, but I like the flavor. Flavor's
What about wax lips?
Love fucking
good.
wax
See,
lips.
okay, I don't
Fucking
know
love
what
them.
about wax lips I missed. Like, didn't resonate with me as a child. Like, I always took wax lips and I would bite it and whatnot, and I would go, "How is this candy?"
So- Okay, wait a minute. Where were you as a little kid?
so you guys can hear me, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
All right.
Where were you as a little kid? V.
Geographically,
Geographically.
in Kentucky.
Kentucky.
I'm
Where were
from here.
you, Syph?
Depends on what part of my childhood you're talking about, dude.
Earlier childhood, like earlier to preteen years.
Most likely Philly.
Philly.
Yeah.
See, it might be a northern, the borderline, because Ohio and all my Chicago relatives and my Pennsylvania relatives, fucking wax lips and wax candies, we fucking loved it. But my family down in Missouri, they were like, "Why the fuck would you want to eat that?" They fucking did not get it and never could
Is
take it.
is
So it's
wax
like-
okay? Wax lips never made sense to me. Somebody fucking make these make sense.
Well,
Is
it
wax
depends-
lips candy?
Let's
It depends what kind you get, because there were the wax candies that had the quote unquote juice inside of them. So
Okay,
that
the
made
little
them taste better.
bottles.
Well, no,
The
not
bottles.
not just the little bottles. They had the other things that had it, but yeah,
They had
kind of like that,
caps
where the wax was
versions of those,
chewy, and
and
there
they
was
had
the juice inside.
Right,
the
but
tube
like
version.
it was chewy wax that just tasted like wax.
Yeah.
I had no
The idea-
flavoring
the
to
idea
it.
was
Why would you
would
want
chew
to
on the
eat
wax.
wax?
It was a throwback to really old school kind of candies where it's like, look, it's a little bit of honey and a lot of chewing wax because I don't want my kids fucking just running around nomming on shit. So here,
Okay.
it's something you can chew and you won't like want to put tobacco in. It
Okay.
literally was a throwback. It's a
Well,
throwback.
okay. Well,
candy.
let me ask you this, because you said chewing wax. So is that a specific type of wax?
I don't even know if it's wax, dude. To be honest with you, because
I don't
they
either.
call it wax.
It is.
Well-
It is wax.
I remember my first experience with wax lips was getting them trick or treating. I never bought them. My
Yeah.
parents never bought them for me. It was just like, cool, let's go trick or treating. And man, my neighborhood was the fucking route. I had it was almost a cul-de-sac because the side streets it did connect to throughout this trek. It did have side streets, but those side streets were dead ends too. So it was kind of a cul-de-sac, but it was like a 3-mile long cul-de-sac. And I would just and it ended with a turnabout. So that was my trick or treat run. I started at one end, walked all the way down, all the way back, 6-mile candy run. It was amazing. It was just the perfect neighborhood for trick or treating. And and I remember getting wax lips, and I opened it up, and I was like, "The fuck is this?" My mom was like, "Oh, it's wax lips." Didn't really say anything else. Like, "Oh, cool, you got wax lips." I went, "All right, this is candy." And so I put the wax lips I in my mouth and did the whole thing that you have to do for a minute. I'm like, wax lips. Look at my huge lips. Ba-doop, ba-doop, doop. And then I was like, okay, these are candy, right? So I took a big bite out of them, and then just was confused as shit. Like, was I supposed to eat this? I didn't swallow it. I was just like, it tasted like a great big old mouth of candle wax. I was like,
Yep.
Was this
There
a
are-
novelty item or a
There's
candy
one
item?
There's one company that made the smaller ones that they didn't put like hardly any flavoring in it, so it was just like really disappointing. The
Yeah.
true good wax lips would have a cinnamony flavor, like almost like eating a atomic fireball. They would have
Yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of flavor to them. So your flavor would last like 3-4 minutes while chewing it, and then there'd be that hint that's stuck in your tongue and gums until like you drink something to neutralize that atomic fireball. So the whole time you had the wax chew in your mouth, you'd still have that taste in your mouth. So you'd be like, "Oh, it tastes like cinnamon."
I couldn't even I couldn't like completely figure out if this was in fact candy. Like I was chewing on it for a minute and this was flavorless. This was not a good wax lips, I guess. But I remember just chewing on it for a minute, just going like, this doesn't, I don't think this is candy. I feel like I'm just eating wax, and that's, I don't think, right.
As a kid, you're thinking the same thing of, my parents said this would taste delicious, but they're
Well, they
feeling
did.
this is
They
healthy.
did. My mom, the only acknowledgement I really got was just my mom going, "Oh, hey, wax lips," and I was like, "Oh, that's a thing. Let's eat this thing because apparently it's a thing." And never again, because I was so convinced that it was just like a novelty item. Like,
That was
this
the
is for you to
last time.
bite and look like you have big dumb lips, and not actually something you're supposed to like bite a part of off.
That was the last time.
I did
Stevie
like
trusted
the,
his mom for food.
Right.
Or
I
or
did
candy.
like the wax Coke bottles, but I never ate the wax. I just kind of like bit the end of it off and drank the sugar water and went, "All right, that's done."
Speaking of
Because
done,
Let's do it.
so where were you guys at last week?
We were walking away from the fucking
We
the
were
siren and walking towards.
So we got
We
to
got
the
to Elf Village.
we were at the Elf Village, and we'd done a page and a half worth of investigating.
Oh, that's right.
And also we were like helping them out.
I did the investigate.
So what'd you guys
Everybody
find out?
Oh,
Vigilante shit.
somebody else can do it unless you want me to.
So they think that the dragon attacks. Well, sorry, we sort of deduced that it's possible the dragon attacks were like planned by someone, likely an elf, because they described the person's movements as graceful, who either is riding the dragon or has control of the dragon in some way.
Okay.
And particularly, we think the town, was it the town priest, might be responsible for it.
Galen. And he was not necessarily Galen was not necessarily the priest. He was the other guy who like stepped up when the priest got devoured. He kind of like jumped in and took
That's right.
charge.
Almost
Yeah.
conveniently, in my opinion.
Convenient.
I am highly suspicious of him.
And their attacks seem to hit high value targets. Like they knocked the bottom. V figured out they knocked out the bottom of like the treasure room and picked up like 99% of it, but there was still a little bit left scattered around the forest floor.
Yeah, it was a smash and grab, like, because it wasn't clean. It wasn't like take all the money and put it neatly into bags. It was blow the wall out, scoop as much as you can, and keep moving.
But it was a well organized smash and grab because they only hit, or the majority hit, like they went, there's the armory, there's the cash reserves, there's the priest's house. Don't
Right.
bother setting these huts on fire. They're not worth it. It seemed like the dragon was very well aimed at the high value.
Yes, yeah, it was definitely an organized strike. Even if it was like a hurried one, it wasn't a random, a dragon flew in, blew shit up, and left. No, that dragon was told, attack this, attack this, attack this.
And I'm trying to remember the direction because it was like, was it east?
It was southeast.
Southeast, that's right. Yep, there it is on that page. Southeast. The place it seemed the direction to come from was southeast of where the village was. That pretty much
Alright.
summarizes everything. It's bullet format summarizing.
Yeah, no, that's a good summary. Go ahead and give me your initiative for the week.
Wow, finally. I did not roll a 20 something.
Scroll to the initiative button.
Which means Gingy's got to roll a 20. Make up for one
Yeah,
of the,
shit, that'd be great.
one of the casters. Has
I'm
to be
still
in
trying to
the
get my pop out to load correctly.
While we're getting set up, everybody, we do have the giveaway going on. This is actually going to be the last week. Next week, on next week's show, we'll pull the winner.
Draw.
So
Excellent.
now,
Excellent.
now
Well,
is a
you
good
know
time to
what?
get in on that unless you're HP Fox.
And the
Yes, the Series 3
so-
Fox, because then I'll get you killed again in the dungeon.
the giveaway is
It's for a Val and the Beholder mini vinyl figure. Looks
Yes.
pretty nice, actually. I dig
Battle
it.
of the Beholder Mini from
And
PvP
there-
webcomics fame.
And there's Gingy's 20.
yeah. See, I told you, 21.
I mean, you're fucking
Nice,
right.
buddy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Last
There it is.
last two sessions, I was 22 and you were like 3, and now
Right.
I'm 9 and you're 21. So it's fitting.
And I will be right back. There is someone pulling into my driveway, but it should be less than 2 minutes, so we can roll on and I can catch up.
No parables.
So, Gingy, that puts you first. What are you up to? You guys have kind
Well-
of conveyed the information between everybody. Everybody's kind of got the same stories from all the survivors and everything.
That was my major initial goal, is because it kind of ended last week. It seemed like very like, guys, I have information, and then cliffhanger. So I was like, my goal was to meet with the party again and basically compare notes, compare evidence, and basically tell what I know, what I found out. Because I mean, it is just observation, conjecture, but it's hard to argue.
Okay. Did you want to do any more investigating, or were you up for trying to hunt down Galen?
I wanted to give that information to the crew first because I wasn't going to be hunting him alone.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna start rounding everybody up, and just is there like a specific meeting place you want to give everybody, or?
Well, I haven't pre-told anybody any specific meeting place, so I guess I'm going to have to just wander a bit until I find people, and then we will start looking for the rest.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have a fucking flare gun or a walkie-talkie, so I'm going to have to...
Sure.
Or a conch.
So you wander around for a bit, and the first person that you run into is actually kind of predictably where you thought he would be is Saren, because he's over with where most of the injured are. He's tending to wounds and trying to help get people back on their feet.
Right on. Yeah, that's probably him or Saren would have been my first guess. But so that's good. So I'll find him and basically just ask him if he's heard anything around the old proverbial water cooler.
Okay. Steve, you're
Yes.
healing folks. Are you just kind of focused on healing? Are you trying to get more of a story out of them? What are you like? How are you approaching that?
I'm mostly focused on healing people. If they happen to like murmur something in their sleep or anything like that, then I'll
Okay.
like listen. But
All right, go ahead and roll me a perception check real quick. See if you catch anything.
French Space Cat roll.
All right, so you catch a couple words out of one of the injured that you're tending to. Between kind of murmurs and groans, you catch the words dragon and wife.
Oh no, the dragon wife.
But they're
Absolutely.
definitely separated. It's definitely more like wife, dragon,
Well,
Okay.
there's kind of a
Um,
running joke in my house that every time I play Mass Effect, Tali was always my love interest, and my wife calls her my space wife. Like, I'll play Mass Effect, she's like, "Oh, what are you doing? Spending some quality time with your space wife?" So when you say dragon wife, I have to assume that this elf we're looking for is all cuddled up somewhere with like maybe a very long dragon-shaped body pillow, hoping his waifu will notice him.
That's true. Goat, what are you up to?
Honestly, nothing. Debaucher's waiting for the next thing, and since he has no really healing training, he's just walking around looking at the various wounded elves and feeling kind of bad, feeling like, damn, I'm gonna be trying to punch a dragon here in the next few minutes.
Okay.
Track this thing down.
If you are wandering around the wounded, you probably bump into Dr. Vitus and Saren. So you guys are all together then at that point. Anna, what's Brielle doing?
She's helping repair damage and stuff, and just getting the lay of the land and paying attention to what's
Okay.
how
Are
people
you
interact with each other. And stuff.
all right? Roll me a perception check.
Her eyes fall out of her head.
you're so right, Luke.
Why am I
So-
imagining that the dragon lady is like trying to be helpful? She's like nailing doors upside down.
So
It's
you get
perception. It's
Oh,
not
it's perception.
About
Oh,
you get real distracted by one of the really pretty elves and slam your finger with the hammer that you're using to board up that window. Or not window, the hole in the wall. That was a really pretty elf.
Uh-huh.
So that's your thing, huh? Bunch of hairless ass elf boys.
Scrawny, no muscle tone elf boys. That's what it is.
I don't know, she was getting down on that
Wasn't
tiefling
scrawny,
too.
Okay, he wasn't scrawny.
Alopecia from the neck down.
No body mass, no hair, except for long flowing hair on top of their head for some reason.
Just greased up like a veal cutlet. Just
Covered
fucking
in oil.
smooth.
Smelling
what kind of
dandelions and honey.
seasoning do you think?
What's
You know what? That's true. We're all biased, thinking she's like, he's hot. She's like, he looks delicious.
It's
Literally.
it's a J. Crew mannequin, is what it is.
She just like licks her lips.
Oh, I could go for a snack.
She's like,
Um,
hey, I brought you this apple. Do you want to just like
That'd be-
put it in your mouth?
That'd be funny as fuck. Everybody looks over and Brill's got like a foot in her mouth, gnawing away.
What?
What's Corvo up to?
Okay, so there are a lot of injured elves, and there's a lot of damage in the area. So what needs to be determined is the type of damage. Like, does it look fire
He-
damage?
he
Does it
figured
look
that
like?
out. He had seen it was
What-
acidic. It like
Oh.
seemed to be acidic damage.
Was that what was determined, or was that what was perceived?
He
In other
looked at it
words,
and
was
saw
this?
acid. He didn't
That
do
was the
scientific
thing that
analysis.
you do.
What's that?
That's like what you said after observing things.
Oh, oh, okay. Then
Yeah,
okay.
you'd said it once, and he'd said it looked like it was dissolved, like the floor of the underneath the valuables building was like dissolved and then fell down.
So then, what Corvo would do would be to examine the actual physical damage to the elves, to get a better understanding of how acid reacts with flesh,
Okay.
and if there is basically to try and get an understanding of, okay, it's apparent that this, it eats away at, or it causes it to dissolve or whatever. Looking for, is there a way to counter the effects of acid? I'm looking at this. I see that the top layers of skin have been completely wiped away, and it looks like it's shredded the muscle. I mean, basically just trying to get an idea of what the actual effect of acid on a body is, and if it's possible to do something about it.
When Corvo comes into the like medical area, can Saren make like a medicine check to sort of explain to him, and just like be like, hey, like these are my observations as someone that does this a lot.
Yeah, what I want you to, Steve, go ahead and give me a medicine check real quick.
There you go.
All right. So, Cypher, what I want you to do is either roll a arcane or medical knowledge check, and you have advantage on it with Steve's help.
Okay. Well, I definitely don't have medical, but I do have arcane.
Well, you could. Oh, that's true. Your arcane skill actually has points in it too.
All right.
Yep.
So, what you're able to deduce is how the acid affects the bodies and the materials that it comes into contact with. And looking it over for a while, you think that if you had the time to actually sit and sort it out, you may be able to make some sort of alchemical potion that would add some sort of resistance to the acid damage.
Okay.
Mm.
How long does it take me to determine that?
It'd probably take you an hour or so poking around at it, trying to kind of figure out how it happened and the way that the acid reacts with everything that it touches.
Okay.
Barium hydroxide is what you need.
Or just cover everything in glass,
acid
and we wouldn't have to worry about it.
That's also true.
So since I'm with Dr. V now.
That
I'm
glass
sorry.
has to be perfect though. If there's any like dermal pitting on that glass surface, though, it's gonna be fucked.
Yeah, so at this point, everybody but Anna is kind of in a group together.
Yeah, she's busy chewing on elves.
What? She's chewing on an elf while nailing a door upside down. Corvo's busy dissolving some elf's arm. It's like, oh, this looks like it hurt. Ow, ow, ow! Please stop touching it.
Alright, so at that point, Gingy, with everybody there other than Anna, are you guys going to go look for Anna, or are you going to start comparing notes?
Well, I wouldn't want to do any action that may lead to a hostile environment without full party present.
Okay.
So my vote would be to find her, and also to find Cypher some barium.
Okay.
So your plan there, boss? Are we gonna
Yeah.
move on tonight, and try to find where these attackers are at, or are we gonna linger here?
We don't know when the next time they're gonna strike. Too, I would say we should get the party together as soon as possible.
Right,
to
get the party
prioritize
together.
that.
Do we want to linger here and try to be staying here and be a defense for the next time if it strikes, or are we gonna go track them down?
I wouldn't stay here until it happens again. What if they got what they came for?
Okay,
But
exactly. That's where I was thinking.
yeah, basically, if they attack while we're still here, then bonus. Let's do what we can do. But I don't want to say let's post up shop in hopes they come back.
Alright,
Yeah,
so
that seems very productive.
So, you guys looking for Anna? Anna's not hard to find. She's the only dragonkin in a treetop city of elves.
Village of elves.
You can just kind of look for the tree that's kind of bending over a little bit.
Hey,
Follow the trail.
Not very nice.
There's also for some reason a whole pack of elf boy toys lingering.
So you guys do find Anna, and you get together. Are you just gonna kind of talk out on the boardwalk, or are you guys gonna try to find a hut or a house that you can use?
And be like, so what's going on over here?
Reenacting
Building
the
my
Lady and the
hero.
Tramp spaghetti scene.
Good one. Good timing.
I guess I'm gonna like stand next to her and eye bang all these fucking hairless elf boys for a second and go, okay, that's what's up.
That's kind of hot. I mean, you know, if you're into that kind of thing.
Dr. V's a spaghetti sexual hardcore.
I mean,
He's
those-
super straight until you get him hot.
If we need a new cabin boy on the ship, elfie boy, you know.
That's a distraction. I can't get any work done.
So are you guys gonna kind of compare notes and everything out on like the boardwalk area? Or are you gonna try to find a house or a hut that you can acquire for a little bit while you compare notes?
I am not worried personally. I'm not worried about. We can discuss it right here, right where we're standing. All
I
the
mean-
awkward stuff like we think it came from the southeast, but anything particular, like if you guys want to make accusations about any specific person in the village, everything I've heard and everything I've did is just, you know what? It's the grumbly whiner factor of one person stepped up. Maybe he wasn't the leader they wanted, but he's somebody stepping up to the fucking plate and taking charge when their main leader, the cleric, got eaten. Everybody who's bitching he might have been involved, they could just take a short, or they could take a long walk off the edge of one of these trees. They're just whining.
Yeah, I think because someone's been like implied to be possibly responsible for it, even if we don't think they are, we should still like take care not to talk about them in public.
I agree. I mean, that's
regardless
about
of
how I
what-
feel about it. Is it's not that I suspect him enough to kick his door down, but when I see somebody stepping up to the plate like that, I see motive. So he's definitely not off my radar.
Yeah, and even then, we don't want it to get around that we're like considering him as
Yeah.
like of motive. We should find a private place.
Yeah, I agree. Because it means like if he's had ambitions for the throne for so long, then what better usurper?
Yeah,
So
we don't want to
we
just
can
go
find
around
we can find a little. I'm sure there's a partially burnt out section of the village that we can linger in.
Yeah.
There's enough of it.
Well, I think I know that what Corvo would do would be to get together with Druid and explain the potential counter to the acid and to get that done.
Yeah, definitely. Do you need my help at all making it?
Well, it's in order to be able to put this together, there are certain ingredients that I'm going to need to have gathered or to gather, and since I am not familiar with where to get them, hopefully your expertise on
If you're looking
plant
for
life
acid,
would be useful.
yeah, you're looking
Definitely.
for chemicals. I don't think you're gonna be able to herbalism gather that kind of stuff.
A counter against acid? Absolutely.
What,
It's
what do you
the solution is alchemical, therefore it's mostly plants.
It's a base. You just
alright.
gotta get something like
I
barium
will-
hydroxide or
Oh.
something.
I will
maybe
tip
there's
my
a
head and go using gaming logic. Certainly.
maybe there's like an alchemist in town, possibly even in the hospital. Like they probably have chemicals of some sort.
I dabble in some
I-
alchemy myself.
So
Yeah,
there's
I
not
just-
really a hospital in the village. You had like the village doctor who ended up getting eaten. You can definitely go check his house or shop for supplies. But there's not like a big like triage hospital that would handle things of this nature.
How about a Walgreens? Is there a Walgreens?
There is not.
I say let's
Nice.
check.
Walgreens on every corner.
Nice.
Drug
Is his
emporium.
place like
Right.
boarded up or something like that?
Drug go. Is there a drug go?
Hang on, I can't hear you. Hang on. What was that, Steve?
Is his place like boarded up or anything?
No, it was definitely injured is the wrong word. It was definitely one of the targets of the attack, but it's not boarded up. You could definitely get in there if you wanted to look around.
How do elves feel about taking shit from dead people?
If it solves the problem, I don't care.
I have zero problem.
Right. So what I'm trying to ascertain is whether we should be like secretive or
I will walk right into
whether
his
we
house.
should, like, ask
I don't
permission.
care.
So yeah,
I will
Saren.
drag his corpse down Main Street.
What does Saren know about like elf customs?
Do you have knowledge elf or knowledge history at all?
How? I'd say would.
I have insight.
Dude, I'm a half elf and I don't care.
Yeah, I feel like insight would probably be the best. Would insight make sense for that, or I could do.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an insight
knowledge,
one. That's fine.
Either knowledge nature or insight, I guess.
Go with insight.
Insight, okay.
You're also going to want to increase the gain on your voice allowance a little bit, Imp, because you are sort of.
It's clipping. All right.
Oh, was that? Oh, okay, I thought that was
You
just
were
me.
clipping slightly.
No, that's he's got it set because he's trying to phase out some of the background noise, but it's clipping at the very end, so you might want to just increase
All right. Is that a little bit better?
a little bit. Yeah, that's a little.
All right. Good deal. So 20. So you have a feeling that like if you were caught scrounging around in the dead doctor's house, it probably would not look very good upon you. On the other hand, the chances of anybody noticing at the moment are pretty slim because they're all kind of distracted with trying to rebuild and take care of the wounded.
Worst case, I can be a distraction. I'm baller at distractions.
Okay. Yeah, maybe if you stand guard while we kind of sneak in.
Like, yeah, I mean, I can literally magically, illusionarily put a trumpet in my butt and just march down MLK, tuning out the theme song.
This is
Well-
great. Everyone's going to be all ninja, and I'm just going to literally
no,
walk
exactly.
in the front door.
I'm strolling right through the front door of the car because it's like we're not stealing this shit for our benefit. We're kicking open this guy's door. It's like everybody looks at us like
Yeah.
this guy was
I
the
think-
town fucking healer. That's where the healing supplies are. We need them to try to
We
make
could just
a way to
tell.
help your injuries.
We should
Yeah,
just
I'd
tell
rather
them
not have to
it's
explain it.
laws.
I think.
Well,
But
you're kind of
it's
it's
easier.
either you have to play. We're all going to be covert and ninja. And like we're sneaking in there. It's like why? We're trying to
Okay.
help kick the door open.
Okay, Vitus, you stand guard. We're gonna walk in. Can we grab the stuff?
Kind of search.
So you guys walk over to the house, and it's really like the front door is just hanging off the hinge. Nobody's really paying attention because there's all the wounded scattered out in front of it. You could walk in and nobody will notice.
Cool. We will do that.
Yeah, there was a lot of background buzzing noise there that time.
All right, I turned the gain up apparently a little too much. Let me know if that's better.
That's fine.
All right.
It's okay. It's nothing horrible. It's just you said to mention it whenever there was any. So
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. All right, so you get in and you're looking around. Cypher, you roll me a perception check. See if you can find the things that you think will help with the acid burns.
Okie doke.
You find one or two of the ingredients, but like thinking the recipe through in your head, you're like, I'd probably need about 6 or 7 different things for this.
Okay.
So
I
unfortunately,
will-
you're not really finding what you're going to need to prepare the solution.
Right. I will turn to Saren and say, I've got some, but I need more.
Jason,
Unless
do
you
I
can-
think I could scrounge some of the rest of this stuff from the nearby forest?
Roll me a nature check. Some of it, but not all of it.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna go grab some of it.
Okay. So while that's going on, what is Dr. Vitus up to?
I am just posting up. I got like a foot against the wall, snapping my fingers, smoking like a Pall Mall with my head
Ugh.
tipped down.
Flipping
Oh,
a quarter
God.
with one hand.
Right, I'm that quarter's just flipping down my knuckles.
Almost, blah. Even when I smoked, those were gross. All right, so just hanging out, keeping watch out.
Hanging out, keeping watch.
It's,
Right.
it's the choice of noir smokers anyway.
Ugh. What's Goat up to? What's Debaucher up to?
Debaucher is busy laughing at Poor HP Fox, who's taken him from 76 experience to 7,385 by dying in every dungeon so far, so I could live. But what Debaucher's doing is just wandering around, kind of like watching what Corvo's doing. So because I have no medicine training whatsoever, I'm not good at healing stuff at all. So if he needs to like hold somebody down while he examines them, I can do that.
Okay.
I don't know if you could really call what I do
Well,
examining.
you're like poking people's wounds, and they're like struggling, and I'll be like holding them down, going, "He's trying to help you."
Saren's gonna go up to Debaucher and like point at the sky and be like, "Look for dragons."
You're out looking for stuff in the woods.
Before he leaves.
Before you leave, and I will go. Great, thank you. Hey, if you spot any dragons out there, don't try to take them on by yourself.
All right, and while this is going on, what's Brielle been up to, Anna?
Well, pretty elves, right?
I was gonna say,
Fair enough.
Other than I fucking elf boys. Roar.
If anybody needs help with anything, I help them like in our party. Other than like if Sarah needs help or Corvo, there's really not much to do at this point for me. So.
Make your sexual harassment roll.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
Roll for poor hairy-assed elf boys.
Harry asked nothing. You've clearly never pulled the pants down on an elf boy.
You're quite correct. I haven't.
Wow.
I think it's like a slip and slide all the way to Funtown.
I think Brill has successfully mesmerized every elf boy who's alive in the village.
Dragon boobies.
Let me show you the dance of my people.
I have the 7 fans.
All right, so that pretty much takes care of you guys as far as that day goes, and into the night. You spend the night healing folks, trying to put together this potion with what Steve has brought back from the forest, but you just don't have the proper ingredients for it. And so go ahead and, if you have anything, like you need to take a long rest, go ahead and give yourselves the effects of a long rest.
Woo!
And you wake up the next day, and it's kind of more the same around the village. There's people, the ones that were seriously injured, most of them have passed on at this point. Most of the ones that were, they had a burn or so they weren't grievously injured, are now helping to kind of repair and rebuild the village.
The ones that passed on from their wounds after they died, so that their life essences have left their bodies. Does anything happen to the bodies themselves? In other words, does the acid damage exacerbate and it just disintegrates into nothing, or is it just a dead body with acid burns?
It's at this point it's a dead body with acid burns.
Okay.
All right, so Gingy, you are first up in the marching order. What are you up to? It's morning. You guys have probably eaten breakfast or something. I'm sure somebody in the village has offered you breakfast for your assistance with cleaning up the day before. So it's kind of after that, and you're starting to get started for the day.
Well, in that case, since we've slept and what have you, I guess I will wake up the crew.
All right.
Make sure everybody's awake and with me, and then basically discuss our next plan. Do we want to proceed with investigating?
A potential. Saren went out into the woods around the village to try to look for herbalistic components for the acid thing. Did he see any signs around the village when his exploration looking for those things?
Just looking for stuff.
You were focused on the herbs.
Yep.
Is he going to come back and drop the base?
Yes.
All right, so you've got everybody
That's
together.
a good fucking joke, you monsters.
I got it. I laughed internally.
Oh, I know. You got it. Everybody else is a bunch of assholes.
You've gotten everybody together the next day. What are you discussing with them?
Well, try to figure out what our next move is, because we have enough evidence to basically know that I'd say the concept of a dragon rider is uncommon enough to think that the person we're after is the person who also attacked this village. Now, how we go about tracking them down is still up in the air. I think we should, as tactfully and gracefully and charisma checkingly, investigate our only existing suspect.
All
But
right.
that's me. I'm open to ideas.
Anybody else have any other suggestions or ideas that you guys want to take on?
I was gonna say if you charismatically investigating them, but let's not take too much time because now it's the next day, it's the morning. I think we should head to the southeast and like go the direction that it evidently came from, and we've got somebody who's pretty damn good in the woods.
I'm fine with that too. I'm just basically I have an idea. I'm open to new ideas. As I say that as I wink at one of them elf boys.
Hey, leave my elf boys alone.
Anybody speaking up with any other ideas or anything?
I don't even speak Elven, so
I-
unless
I
it's
think-
common to me.
He said anyone else.
Oh, I thought I said anyone else. Jesus, wow, old man ears.
Yeah, I think we should go tracking it.
Right on. Am down.
Cool. Let's set out.
Hi ho.
No.
Is it on now?
Yeah.
My microphone was off the entire fuck. God damn it. So I'll ask my question again. My question is, do we have any reason to believe that the dragon or the dragon rider guy will come back here?
I think they're probably not going to because it's likely they got what they went for.
Actually, you know what? That makes the thought of where is the next closest village?
That's a legit question.
Well, do we know all the villages that have been attacked?
The only one we knew about. Well, it was the original elf dude talking to you. Was like, shit. What did he specifically say? Oh, that's my next page.
I guess we didn't even know about this village
Yeah, we did.
existing.
We did because the druid you talked to, he was like, blah blah blah, go here. This village got attacked by a dragon with a rider, and he specifically Altland was the village he specifically mentioned. But I could have sworn he said a few villages gotten attacked, but I might have been mishearing on my part. The only one he was specifically mentioned by name was this one, Altland,
Oh, cool.
because then we went to see the druids, and it was like they specifically said Altland. So there might be more of them that got attacked. We just don't know.
Cool. Well, yeah, I think since we don't really have a good knowledge of the villages around here, we should try and see if we can pick up the trail.
Or we could ask one of these elfies, like, not the dude who's the leader. Ask Fudge, what was his name? The guard, Ralphin. Ask that elf guard who was the first one you bumped into, because I always trust the hard worker guys. That Ralph, the guy, he was a guard. Ask Ralphin, where is the next village?
Yeah, is Rolfan at his station?
Roll for perception. Not that you can see.
I don't see Rolfan, you guys.
Roll for Ralphin.
Roll for Ralphin. Roll for Ralphin.
Alright, well, yeah, I can't find him. I think we should just head out unless we see any other guards. I don't.
You know,
You mean one of the ones that were beat up or that were like injured? Because a lot of them just have like PTSD and like probably didn't see
we're
where
not
it went.
asking them a complicated. No, I'm not asking where the dragon went. No, what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna go to that first hut that I was hanging out at, where the elf had lost an arm and his wife was all weeping over him, and I was like, you know what? I'm just saddened by seeing you people sad. I feel like punching a dragon. I'm gonna ask her, where is the next elf village from here?
And between sobs, as her husband has passed on in the night,
Oh, I'm sorry. Shit. Ma'am, sorry. My bad. Timing. But you know what? I'm going out to try to punch a dragon to death for your husband. So
That's right. Will fucking avenge him.
this is like pure vengeance, angry vengeance.
So, between sobs, she says, I'm not sure. You should probably talk to Galen. He's running the village now. He could probably give you all the information you want. Please, I need to be alone.
Rare moment of nice. I'll back out, but first I'm gonna assess her for, you know, she's an elf chick, so like she's single now. So I need to note that down for this village. She's now single. She didn't seem to know. What? I'm a pig. What? I'm a pirate dirtbag. Well, he's been dead for at least 10 minutes, right?
Okay, so when we first got here, no one answered any questions either. They just referred us to Galen. I feel
Yeah,
like
they keep like mind-numbingly go Galen.
okay, yeah, I feel like we shouldn't pursue that.
That's fine. I was only suggesting if we did pursue that we did it tastefully to get more information, just because it's a concept of motive. You know, I wasn't suggesting we go like track him down and kick his door open. Like, I know it was you, Galen, and it breaks my heart.
No, what I mean is like we don't want to like clue him in to the fact that we're like headed in a certain direction.
Yeah, if he's a suspect, we don't want to go, we're going north to the next village, and he's like, doo-doo, flips out his Newton and texts the dragon, lol, dumbass is going north. Enjoy your meal.
Oh man, I hate the emoticons on this newt.
Good one, Steve. So are there any
Double fours.
There's no other like real named PCs in the village that we came across, so unless we want to like individually just try to ask everybody, just ask one of the fucking elves, and if they keep going, go ask Galen.
Go ask Galen.
Go ask Galen. Go ask Galen.
Maybe we should. Maybe we should go find Galen and then go ask Galen.
No, because if he is like the next town is here, why do you ask?
Well, right. I don't mean tell him what we're gonna do, but just go ask him those investigative questions about this village and see what kind of answers he gives.
Okay, yeah. If you
Like, do
speak,
you have ways of contacting the other villages? Pre-warn them that you've been attacked. Maybe you're going to get attacked too. You know, you're the charming, smart guy there, Dr. V. You know, the charmer. Like, hit him up. Like, ooh, maybe you can warn the other. You know, hey, we should warn the other villages so they don't get attacked blindly too.
You know, something. I don't know. We don't even have to bark up that tree. It's probably just me thinking paranoid. But that's how I've been able to maintain my drug cartel for so many decades. Gotta think on your feet.
Alright, well, think over what you're gonna do. I'm gonna be right back real quick.
What are you talking?
Boop doop doop doop.
Okay. It was like nothing there for a minute, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
It was quiet. I'm sorry. I'm super tired. I've been exhausted like all weekend for no reason. I didn't get shit done. I had all these plans to get all this yard work done because it's been kind of nice out. None of it happened.
It was because of the damn funnel cake, wasn't it?
That funnel cake. Yep, threw him off for days.
Yeah, it just broke my heart and threw me off my game so hard that I just haven't been able to really just move.
I've gotten 5 hours of sleep last night. I'll get 5 hours of sleep again tonight.
Yeesh.
Worked 11-hour days yesterday. Worked a 10-hour day today.
You know, and I didn't think about that. That's probably it. Like, I already forgot it happened that I worked like 11 and 12-hour days last week because I'm dumb. But luckily, my job is cool enough and flexible. So it's like my insomnia was really bad after last week's game. Like, I went to bed right after. Like, I planned on going to bed right after a game was over, but I just wasn't tired enough. And me and Goat got into a conversation. I wound up staying up about an hour later than I tried to.
2 hours longer, man. I did. I was a dick.
No, it's not your fault. Like, if I would
time.
have left, I wouldn't have fallen asleep anyway. I just wasn't tired at all. I won't let myself stay up if I'm ready to go to bed, but I knew it wouldn't work. But even afterwards, like I went to bed at like 1:30 or so, and my alarm goes off at like 6, so that's already shit city. But I laid in bed for like probably another 3 hours. Like I feel like I got maybe 45 minutes of sleep, and then so my alarm goes off on Monday, and I just go like, well, today's gonna suck, but we might as well go get started. So I sit up on the edge of my bed, and I was about to put on some socks, and just realized I sat there and sort of just spaced out and time traveled. I looked over at my clock again because it feels like I'd been sitting on my bed for like 40 seconds. I looked over and it's been 15 minutes. And I just went, today's not happening. Like, it's just not, I can't do it. So I called into work on Monday. And
I'm back.
yeah, I called into work. Well, that's fine. I got paid for it. But, well, I didn't. Long story. Because I thought I had something about 20 hours of personal time built up. I generate personal time like way fast. And so I went in on Tuesday and I looked at my personal time and went, oh shit, I only have 11 hours. I forgot I had used some time. And I mean, plenty enough to cover for Monday, but I have this approaching Friday scheduled off because it's my anniversary. Fuck. If I, calling in Monday took away my personal time needed for my anniversary. Oh shit, what do I do? So I told my boss that. I'm like, oh, I done goofed. What are my options? And he said, well, if you want, just don't use any personal time for Monday. Just leave it blank on your schedule, and then work like 4 10s for the rest of the week. And then he's like, then that'll be your 40 hours and you don't have to use any personal time and everybody wins. I was like, perfect. Appreciate it. Thanks for being flexible. So I worked, my goal was to work 10s. I wound up working like 11s and 12s so I could leave work early on Friday to go to the fair. And I've just been exhausted all week because of it. And I kind of forgot that I did that. I've already blotted it out of my head. So I could maintain enough personal time to take my anniversary off this Friday.
All right, so you guys decide what you're gonna do.
What are we going to do?
I think our most charismatic person should go in, talk to Galen, the guy with a G name who's taken over as kind of acting leader, and go, where, do it however tactfully you're with your charm ability, your smoothness, your overall Dr. V-osity. But
Dr. Viscosity.
Ask where other elf villages are, because we're worried they might get attacked too. And
I wouldn't even specify elf village.
Or
I
villages.
would say just
Villages.
other village, yeah.
in fact, if you want me standing in there next to you, so I can
Don't we have
watch his motive, because I
Don't
do
we
have
have
that.
a map of the area?
We have a map, but it didn't have any. It had this village marked on it. That was it.
Why don't we just take the map to Galen and say, hey, can you mark all of the villages
The
around
villages,
here? We're
yeah. That's fine. It's the same concept. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's just adding an extra piece
Here.
of info to the existing plan. Like I'll go up to him and like compliment him and be like, holy crap, the village loves you. Everybody's so impressed on how well you just stepped up when everybody needed you. But so we're going to go ahead and leave your village. You've got nothing to suspect here. We're going to go ahead and leave, but we wanted to make sure this tragedy doesn't befall anyone else. Can you mark on the map where all the Nazi sniper locations and/or heavy guns are? Or Lieutenant Sticklitz over there is going to hit you with that goddamn baseball bat?
Well, I was gonna watch him for like motive.
Thank you for that host, Mr. Lit. Appreciate that.
Well, while you're talking to him, I want to watch his reaction. Like if he's like, "Oh yeah, go here," and I'm like,
Well, in
I
this
haven't
case,
watched
the bear
Inglourious
Jew
Bastards.
turned
Right,
into
it's
a
been
bear.
too long. I just remembered, I was like, that's Sticklitz wasn't the one who hit him with a baseball bat. That was the Bear Jew. I haven't seen
Yeah.
that movie in too long.
Sticklitz was the
So you guys have sat and
Hugo
discussed for a while
Stieglitz.
what you're doing. What are you actually fucking doing?
Pissing the DM off because he's impatient and a shit, apparently.
"No, we're going round robin. Dr. V is going in,
Yeah.
talk to him. I'm going in just to stay near Dr. V because I'm going to watch what's his nuts, Garen, the guy who took over Galen, and do an insight to see if it seems like he's nefariously playing with his waxed up mustache and being a bad guy or not.
Yeah. Gonna get a read on him, and while we're at it, try to get some information on the surrounding villages.
Okay, so you trying to hunt him down through the village? You're going to the last place
Yes.
that you saw him?
We're going to try to hunt him down through the village. We'll ask him around since everyone says go talk to Galen. Let's ask a couple people and go, cool, where's Galen?
Okay. So they point you to the hut, and it's not a larger hut. It's actually smaller than most of the other huts in the village. So he's definitely living in a more meager means, even though it doesn't seem like it's actually necessary in the village. Everybody else seems to have about roughly the same size huts. Give me a perception check as you walk up to the outside of the hut.
Both of us? Or all of us?
Yeah, both of you that are walking up to the hut.
Get out of the way. Oh, no, I didn't have to that time. That worked out good. Favored on that.
All right. God damn it, Chinchi.
Have I
Okay.
mentioned I hate these stupid 3D dice? I've been rolling like hot garbage ever since we've turned it on.
I'm keeping my eyes
Never.
out for you, boss. It's cool.
Every single fucking roll.
Hey, your turn order roll was pretty damn good.
Yeah, I didn't get to roll the dumb 3D dice for that one. It just went.
All right. So go from outside of the hut. You actually can hear what sounds like a little bit of sobbing and crying coming from the inside of the hut.
Jack, he sounds like he's crying. He's cracking under the leadership role, boss. Don't push him too hard.
The as you guys approach the hut of the door of the hut rather is closed, but you are able to hear it through the windows, and they're not exactly soundproof.
So he's sobbing like a little bitch, is what you're telling me. He's not having a tasteful man cry.
Wait.
He's
He's crying the same way we did that time after we raided that ship and we thought it was full of treasure, and it was flour. He's crying like that. It's just expectations not being met. Crying.
Dr. V is a single tear while watching The Notebook kind of gentleman.
Doc, remember, all of us have now seen you go like head over flippers for the chicks singing in the river now. So,
Falling Angel, thank you for that,
that's-
host.
Not the same thing, is it?
totes.
All right, so hut, closed door, sobbing coming from inside.
Knock, 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 knock.
All right, so you knock on the door, and there's a silence for a minute. And your guess is he's probably trying to collect himself. And then a moment later, you get kind of a broken come in. Kind of sounds like he's in between sobs and trying to, regain his composure.
When I walk in, I want to pay very close attention to his face and see if his cheeks are flushed and his eyes are wet and et cetera, et cetera. I want to see if he was not just making loud crying noises. I want
Sure.
evidence he's actually crying.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a perception check. No, it's pretty evident that he was actually crying. His eyes are red. There's bags under him. His face is kind of swollen looking.
He's got a book of how to trick investigators on his lap.
He's going for
Right.
the Emmy. Got a bowl of onions under the table.
Basically, I will walk in and thank him for seeing us.
He nods and kind of he's running his hands through his hair, trying to he looks like he's still trying to really regain his composure. He doesn't say anything, and your guess is that he's kind of afraid that if he says anything, his voice is going to break. But he does give like a vigorous nod, like you're welcome, or yeah.
Once he's kind of given me that, I'm going to basically tell him what's going on. I'm going to, purposely speak very soft with him and just tell him to there's a lot to mourn and there's a lot to rebuild, but you should have some sense of pride that you've stood up for this village and really stepped up when they needed you to. You know, you did your hangar speech after the towers fell.
Roll me a charisma check real quick, Gingy.
You mission accomplished it.
Standing on the fucking bow of a
Right.
goddamn battleship,
Exactly.
mangling the English language.
We're gonna
or the
fucking
free,
hunt down those terrorizers.
Free attack by the president. Today will not just be known as
Vitus is the
elf
decider.
holiday. Today
Right.
will be a day for all people.
I'm gonna
Push
need you
down
to
my
fill out
dragon.
this map and show me all the axes.
Alright, roll me
I'm working
okay.
on it.
I wasn't sure if it came through or not.
No, it came through. I was trying to find it.
Discord's been a little funky every once in a while where like the audio will cut out, so I'm not ever like 100% sure that it came through.
That
Hey.
is preferred.
Yeah, I figured it was. So he stops and like looks up at you and he says, "You don't understand. I made a deal. It was in the middle of everything, and I just saw my wife get eaten by that dragon, and I made a deal. There's I begged for my life and offered anything in return to the dragon and its rider. And they agreed to spare most of the village if I would give them information on the other settlements and the stores that we had here. I don't know how I can live with myself after this."
Well, you can start making things right by telling us everything you know about the rider, because we're going to be seeking vengeance.
He starts sobbing again, but he nods his head. He's like, "Yeah, I can, absolutely. I should at least do that. I don't know anything about the writer. I can tell you some details of the meetings that we have planned, where that's located, and give you the details on what I saw on the dragon, but I don't know who the writer was."
That's fine, even if you don't know his identity. I mean, perhaps some details. Was he an elf? Was he wearing any particular robes of certain color or distinction? Any descriptive information would probably be useful.
He says, let's see, it wasn't. I want to say it was an elf. I'm not completely sure, but I've seen enough elves that I think that was an elf. And he had these purple robes on. I've never seen them before. They were purple and silver, and they were wet. And the dragon was wet. And they flew in from and off to the southeast when they left. I don't know why they'd be wet, but it seemed odd.
Because it was a wet cloth, did it have any predominant smells? Did it smell musty? Did it smell like vinegary?
That's a good question. I was not ready for that one. Hang on. It smelled moldy, but I don't know why
Okay.
robes would be moldy.
Being in a dark, constantly damp environment.
Undead.
Well, I mean, maybe, but it could
We've-
just
we've-
be they're
We've
in a
fought
cave.
zombie crews on ships before. We fought.
That's
zombies.
true. I mean, and that would do it. But I think a moldy robe would be more indicative of like maybe they're in a cave.
Yep, definitely. So if there's if there's caves to the southeast, that's one place we definitely want to look. So if
Yeah.
he's familiar enough with the area, where on this map compared to these villages and such, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah,
it's
I mean your retribution is not complete. Like the basically like I'll just I'll tell him like if you can point out on the map any other villages that are potential targets, meeting locations you had with the rider, and any potential bodies of water or caves, particularly caves near bodies of water.
He nods and are you handing him the map?
I'm gonna set it down on a table.
Okay. He pulls out this ink and quill set, and he looks over the map for a minute. And he's still kind of broken up in distraught, so he's not paying real close attention. But he does kind of pull himself together for a minute and looks at the map, and he points out to where Outland is marked on the map. And he says, "Is this us?"
Yes.
Okay. And he takes the quill and ink and he marks a spot on the map. If you have to guess at the distance, you'd say it's probably 30 miles to the southeast from where you are.
Okay. And that does line up with the direction they went to.
That's actually pretty good info. And there's no villages down that direction, just really to speak of.
Right. It's he doesn't mark anything. He's like, this is kind of the direction where they went and where our meeting place was. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'd always hear the sound of water, like a waterfall, out by that area. So maybe that's where they are.
Okay. That would make sense.
He takes the pen and he marks a couple of other places on the map, and he says these are the other villages that I mentioned to them. But they're all, from where you are at the moment, they're all several days' journey.
And none of them are the direction of that.
No, yeah, they're all west and like north.
From your meetings, was there word of hitting other villages, or did he single yours out individually?
My understanding and the idea that I got from him was that they were just gathering gold and for some ritual or something. Gold and valuables.
Well, conversation with Dr. V right in front of this guy. So it's like, well, this guy sold out his village, but he did it for kind of the right reasons. I can understand trying to save his own ass, but he did try to save everybody else.
I understand saving his own ass. Not everyone's a hero, but
we can put the
regardless,
onus on him. This village right now needs a leader. He doesn't get a choice of what wimping out and backing out at. We're not gonna take him out of the equation. He has to stay here and lead these people until they don't need him anymore, and he needs to get word of those other villages.
I'm going to reach into my bag and I'm going to pull out the basic steel dagger, and I'm going to put it down on the table and look at him and go, these people need you right now, but you're useless to them if you can't get over your own bullshit, so you need to go out and lead, or you need to use that and just fucking take care of it yourself, and just kind of hands up in the air and walk out. Drop the mic.
Plunk.
All right, he looks up after you, as you're walking out, but you don't hear anything from the hut. And as you are meeting back up with everybody, kind of conveying the information that you found out from him, you hear him like address the village as a whole and begin to give kind of orders on how to repair and what needs to be done and who should be helping who.
Was that you talking now, Xana? Or what was that?
She loves us too.
Oh.
Was it not? I don't know who that was then.
That was weird, unless there's somebody else in here we don't know about.
No, just Steve.
Now you probably heard my wife. She walked in and was taking a can off my desk thing. She was taking the recycling out.
Oh, okay. I was wondering.
We were wondering who that mystery voice was.
That's what you get for being the only woman in here, Anna. You get accused.
I'm
You get
alright.
accused.
It's her fault somehow anyway, don't worry.
Wild accusation about I fucking the elf boys every minute.
I can take the heat for Jen.
Alright. So You hear him kind of giving orders, trying to actually fill in that leader role. As you're collecting everybody, and you get everybody together, kind of at the tree where you guys all entered the village. So it's the one with the hatch that leads down back to the forest floor. What are you doing?
I'll reconvene and basically say, like, I feel like I have enough information to track this dragon down.
So the question is, let's just say for the point of argument, we discover that the dragon is where suspected. Then what? It's not exactly like we're in a situation where we can handle fighting a dragon.
I agree. My
I would like
idea
to point out
is
that we not only have we fought a dragon successfully, we slaughtered it in like 2 rounds.
That's
equivalent to rounds of
that's
fighting.
not true. That dragon
We-
lich was not a dragon.
Well, in some situations, the dragon lich is more powerful than actual dragon.
This I'm suspecting this dragon might be a young dragon. I don't think a full-on, ready-to-go dragon would be in any condition to be dominated by an elf. No offense, but my plan is to stealth and watch, and if we can kill the rider, if he's using some sort of supernatural control over the dragon, it may return to normal and just go back to its nest, wherever that may be. Like, that dragon and rider may not have some sort of pact. This could be the dragon cult using the artifact to control the dragon. So if we kill the rider, we could break that bond.
And possibly set an insane dragon loose
Yeah,
on the countryside.
I don't know a lot about dragons and stuff, so Brill, Brill definitely. You're the dragon types. Green dragons, honorable. If we help it's in a situation it doesn't like. Is it going to be like, okay, you guys aren't food, and I'll leave, or is it going to go, ha 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 ha? I'm free to do what I want now.
If it's old enough to be intelligent enough, then I'd say it would owe us a life debt.
Yeah, I think
If it's not under its own free will.
Dragons are like people too. They're all different. They all have their own motives, and they're gonna do what they want.
slow clap for
So
Vegas, the non-committal
So
answer.
they're a 12-year-old girl on Maury, is what you're
Yep,
saying?
yep.
Is it most
That's right.
I do what I want.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Fuck you, Mom. It's not a face. It's who I am.
All right. So you guys are. It sounds like you're heading off through the forest in the direction of the that he marked out on the map.
Grandma's house.
Hey, we make a suggestion of, oh crap. Well, I don't know how many times you can change shape a day with your druid shape changing ability, Saren. Is it 2? Is it more?
Why don't we just use that spell again that turns us to?
Turns us you mean the one that we ran to the wild magic that we may or may not run more? What I'm thinking is he can do good recon as a birdie or something if he can shape change into a bird.
And we have a lot of recon options as far as between invisibility and shapeshifting.
But starting the recon now is not a bad idea. Vice waiting. Well, we're 10 miles in. Now we'll start recon. Start now. Let's recon the whole time.
I haven't seen Steve's thing lit up. He may not be there. Oh, there he is. It lit up for a second. I think he's trying to talk to us in Morse code between flashes.
Beep, 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 beep.
Like he's trying to talk to us. I know it.
Bark twice if you're in Milwaukee.
We see
Yeah.
you keying up, Steve, but you're saying nothing.
Buzz, they had a lot of fun with the wild magic area. Or at least I enjoyed it. I think Cypher enjoyed the wild magic area quite a bit too.
I could have learned a lot more had I not been set on fucking fire.
And
You
turn
weren't
into a
set on
plant.
fire. Everything you touched was set on fire.
I became fire, and thus my personal belongings were set on fire.
At least the blood tube didn't burn up.
And think about that.
It's a well, I guess.
Kind of boiled a little bit, I'm sure.
Should we
I
check?
no, but it's it's filled with my blood, which means that I have to periodically refill it with my blood. So that's
Anyway.
that's going to happen.
Did Steve get through to you and some other worm saying he needed to like his thing is totally gone out of the?
No, let me check Facebook real quick.
The Discord app is gone now. He's still on Roll20.
Yeah, he's been having weird problems with it, but I don't know if he's using it on his phone or his computer or what, or if he's still using the web client. He doesn't send me messages or anything, so now's a good time to pimp the giveaway, I suppose. We're doing a giveaway.
He's still
Woo,
online.
giveaway.
We're gonna be doing the drawing for it next week. And it is for a Val and the Beholder with a Mimic figure. I think it's pretty nice. I like it.
Yeah, it's
I
actually
would be
I
happy
like
to
it
have
too.
it.
I think it's pretty cool.
What else is going on? We have Wednesday night games every other week. They are level 1, and they're just starting out. So if you want to get in on a brand new game, as that starts up, now's a good time to do that. I think we're on episode 4.
Yes.
Oh.
Your last episode was episode 4. Well, 4-ish. I don't know if there was a pre anything episodes. Fourth one
No, I
published.
think it was just 4. What else is good? November. November, I apparently have lost my goddamn mind, and I'm gonna DM for 24 hours straight. That's gonna be fun.
Yes, that'll be interesting.
I've been spending a lot of time already working on that adventure, so it's already getting up and going. And let me tell you, like, setting up Roll20, setting up a monster is easy. You have like 4 or 5 abilities, no big deal, you type them in. Setting up a caster fucking monster is a pain in the goddamn ass. There's so many fucking spells. Like, hi, you know how you're used to setting up 4 or 5 things? Good. Now you're gonna set up like 16.
Enjoy.
Yeah, it's really a pain in the ass. I need like a spell import option or something for them.
There's probably one. They'll probably add one eventually. They're always upgraded.
Yeah, I looked through the
and
APIs
that would
and
make sense as a feature.
I looked through the APIs and I really wasn't able to find anything that really did what I wanted it to do, unfortunately. But I'm sure that down the road it'll probably be one of those things that they pick up on. Let me
I believe
or-
November's already approaching, kind
right?
of.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
still
get
got a whole
fucking-
month before November, dude.
Ready for Halloween and shit too.
We
in there.
got 2 months. I mean, shit, we got September and
September
October.
and October. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I'm-
fucking insane.
I'm currently going through the shots that you took, Gingy, of the fucking end of the closed beta for WildStar when we
Ooh.
had all those fucking
Here,
monsters.
Steve.
Hey, how's
the
that?
monster fucking creatures
you
that we were
are.
all fighting.
That
Welcome
work?
back.
Oh yeah.
Hey Steve,
It's
welcome
working.
back. Welcome back.
What the fuck? Every time I like, yeah, every like 20 minutes or so, it's been.
Well, you sure
Have you
time
tried
travel
muting-
powers.
muting? Because I mean, it has that mute command at the bottom. Have you tried muting and unmuting?
Yeah, I was trying that.
Yeah, I
It
saw
was
it.
it was picking my voice up and turning green, but
Yeah.
you guys just weren't hearing me.
I
No,
know.
yeah, there was just silence, but it was triggering.
We
I
were,
was
yeah,
barking
we were
Morse
seeing you
code
click.
at first,
We
but
were
that
seeing you
was
click. Your Morse code was very odd, though. It said, bomb delivered, torpedoed twice, most hands abandoning ship.
Oh, you know what? I got my
I didn't understand it, though.
yeah, I got my stuff. I got my text files.
Wrong dictionary. All right.
It was the wrong chat.
So I think the question that was asked of you was if there was a way that you could scout ahead
How
as you
many-
move through the forest.
Yeah, can you scout ahead? Because I know I've seen you change shape a lot, but I don't know how many times you could change shape. So it's like, do you have a spell that you change shape with instead of using that ability? Because you're a druid. Doing the recon in a forest is like right in your wheelhouse.
Yeah, so I would suggest that like we all go through and like try and be quiet, try and be perceptive.
So in other words, you don't have an ability to shape change into a bird, or you don't want to use your shape changing ability. You're limited to X number of times a day.
I'm saying we should all go and like not rely on one scout.
Exactly, but one of us can scout extremely more efficiently than others right now.
Okay.
We're all going to go. We're all going to try to be quiet, but most of us are not great at. None of us are really a stealth class per se. Corvo kinda,
Okay. So
Cypher
do
and
we
I
need to
have
be very
invisibility
stealthy right now?
spells.
Is that what
Yeah.
needs to
We can-
happen
you
right
guys can
now?
do
Do we
spells.
need to be very stealthy?
I'm a tin can.
Yeah, she's a tin can, and I drunkenly stumble into bushes and think they're alive.
Okay.
God, I mean, the other day I thought Corvo turned into a fucking fern for crying out loud. I'm obviously still drunk.
Cool. Sure. I will
'Cause we're not
become-
going to make 30 miles in one day.
Okay. I'm staying in this shape.
I calm down. I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying, is there any other?
I'm
You did that
I'm
one.
staying-
Real mentioned it. The one where it made us partially intangible, where we could run through stuff real easy. If we want to get there in one day,
I'm staying in this shape.
I didn't ask you to fucking change state, Steve. I just asked you
Hey,
if you want to throw the other spell.
calm down.
Well, he's acting butthurt, and it's kind of bleeding over beyond character butthurt. I don't know if he's pissed that he was having comms problem. I don't feel like it being
I'm,
Anthony today.
I'm not reading that on him.
Yeah.
I think he's just looking for other ideas.
Yeah, Saren just doesn't want to be like back and forth between like recon / fighting mode and like heal people up mode.
Yeah, I get that. You don't want to be overly divided between 3 roles. I mean, that makes sense to me. I mean, do you have any decent ideas, like as far as us scouting this?
Yeah, so what I'm trying to figure out is whether we're just trying to be more efficient. Are we like just gonna sneak the whole way there?
I was under the impression that stealth was the idea, just because if we can catch him off guard, or if we can, especially if we can separate the rider, like if we catch the rider walking out of their hideout to go take a leak, then we might be able to totally end this real quick.
Well, that's why I suggested that one spell that made us royal
Intangible
or whatever.
or whatever.
Yeah,
and we can move fast. Because
but I
we
don't
won't
think
make-
that's. I don't think that actually aids in stealth, though, does it? I thought that would just made us like non-corporeal but visible.
We can be mistaken for clouds if we're like wearing white. We're like kind of harder to see.
Well, that's an idea. I wonder if I can like produce an illusion that would make us white.
Racist.
Check for privilege.
Um,
Okay, what does the party think of that? Do we-
That seems like an idea to me.
Yeah, so okay. Out of character, goat, you're great. I'm not mad at you. I'm just trying to like to do a thing and be us.
No, dude, no. It's you know that Debaucher and Sarah will probably end like those 2 dudes from Babylon 5.
Yeah,
We're going
yeah,
to
Debaucher and
die
Sarah
in
don't
each
get
other's
along.
arms.
Yeah, they don't yeah, they're not like
But
super-
they
yeah,
work together.
They don't get along.
The character. I love you, Steve. You fucking crack me up.
No,
but
yeah,
our
you're
characters
great.
hate each other. It's
Yes.
a given.
Yeah, it's a new
But-
thing for us.
Unless we use
Okay.
something to make us spell lock super fast and intangible, we cannot get there today. It would take us at least a day or 2 to get the 30 miles
Okay.
to get there.
I think
So-
the intangibility spell seems like a really
The
solid
intangibility
idea.
would be a great idea to get us there fast. But if we don't want to like get there and then be like, okay, we're intangible, but they've probably seen us. Now our choices are they know we're here. We can untangible, whatever the opposite of intangible is.
Tangible.
Tangible.
Become
Tangible.
tangible. If we can become tangible, like turn off the spell, then they know we're there. Or we can use illusions to disguise us or something else.
I'm not sure if I can actually do some sort of illusion on the whole party. I don't think that that's within the confines of illusion, because I mean it's a weak ass spell. But if it was something minor like just changing our clothing color to white, that seems reasonable.
Yeah, let me look up Windwalk.
Isn't there? Oh no, shit! It's a specific spell. I was like, there. I swear there was like it was like not even just a druid one, but I was like, oh, you'd have to have it in your spell book. There's a spell that's like makes people look like trees. There's like the generic illusion for Enforce. It's like it made everybody look like trees.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I can't imagine that would make us very fast though.
No, trees move real slow.
Remember Treebeard?
No,
That
it's
motherfucker
not-
was slow as
It's
shit.
the illusion.
I love that. I love how we're like, you guys in the real world, trees are slow.
They're slow.
Right.
What the
Come
fuck
on
was
now.
that spell? Fox always
Like-
knows these things. Fox, what was the name of that spell that made? Was it mass illusion that was like specifically trees? One used to. The description used to be like everybody looks like trees. That was like the description of the spell.
Prestidigitation, Fuzz is mentioning as a cantrip,
Prestidigitation
Gingy.
also like low, yeah, super low.
Oh yeah,
level.
it's a basic cantrip that he's been using to do all the stuff that
Right.
he's been doing.
Yeah.
You can change.
Yeah, and I've got
I-
that. But
if you wanna
turning
change-
everyone into trees from a cantrip seems extreme.
Not turning them into trees, but if you want to change everybody's wardrobe to white, you're racist.
That's what I'm thinking.
then that's
that
fine.
seems well within
So-
the confines of the ability.
Yeah, that I would be
Yeah.
okay with that.
In the description of the Windwalk spell, it mentions that like if you're wearing white, you could be mistaken for a
For a
cloud.
Okay.
It's not after Labor Day, is it?
Oh, we can't do it.
Not yet.
After Labor Day.
Well,
So-
here's the thing: is our final destination a cave? Is that
Possibly.
where
You
we are
don't know.
going?
Maybe.
Definitely a water fountain nearby.
All
There
right.
might be caves behind the water fountain.
So we're not exactly sure where it is that we're trying to go to. Period.
We just
You
know
have a general idea.
He
No,
said,
we've
"Go
got the
down
direction that
here."
we're supposed to go and the area that we're supposed to go to,
Yeah.
but we don't know what's there.
Right.
We don't know what we're walking into.
That is correct.
That's accurate.
Now,
That's-
with the
that's what it is.
Windwalk spell, what is our movement speed?
We moved. We have a speed of 300.
300 feet per 6 seconds.
Yeah.
That's
And
pretty-
how many miles is it? How many is it feet? How many feet is it per mile? Like,
5,000 ish.
all right, so we're talking. It's going to take us probably 10 minutes to get from point A to point B. No, it's going to be more than that because it's 30 miles. So it's going to take us a good. Okay, never mind. Because I was thinking if we're looking specifically to not be detected, the Windwalk spell will give us the motivation. I can cast invisibility on pretty much everybody except for one person in the party, but then Gingy's
Oh.
paint you white spell can make them look like a cloud, so we're less likely to attract attention. However, my invisibility only lasts for an hour. This trip is going to take us more than an hour to get there.
I forgot to mention that the area through the forest is difficult terrain, so it's gonna slow you by half.
Right, so we're not even flying. So looking like a
This-
cloud
but
walking
the-
along the ground makes no sense.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
That spell that makes you non-corporeal, like,
It makes you fly.
right. So that
Okay,
would,
so it does
that to
make you
me
fly,
makes me
okay.
think- yeah. So
Er-
the rough terrain seems like it would
We
not
could-
have the area.
Yeah. So
Fly above the trees and not even touch the trees.
okay. See, when I was thinking of it, I was thinking like you were going to be moving like 6 inches off the ground or something. Okay,
Oh,
no big
no.
deal there.
We have a fly speed of 300 feet, so we
Gotcha.
can go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, you guys ready for that?
Yeah, that seems like a way to do it.
the general plan. Do we have a ballpark when we get there? When we get in the vicinity of the waterfall, like let's form up 50 yards north of it, or as close to that as possible.
At this point, we don't know where we're going or what we're walking into. We just all sources say that that's the where whatever's going to happen. That's the direction in which it's going to happen in. I don't know if we're going to be able to make a plan until we get a better concept
Right,
of what
but-
we're walking into.
Not plan. General concept. We get there. If we get down there and find waterfall, because he said he heard the sound of waterfall. We can
Okay.
find a waterfall. Just go north of it like 50 yards and try to get in that area. I'm just thinking the whole. If he's involved with a dragon, this guy's probably there's probably magic flinging ability about. I could just
Or is
picture
it-
a
he was in
dispel
purple
magic being
robes.
flung. Dispel magic, yeah, the dragon cult. So I can just picture
Yeah.
a dispel magic being flung while I'm walking in the air, plummeting. It's like, oh, I regret nothing. Splat.
Also, is this area that we're going to in a wild magic zone?
You don't know.
So it's possible that we could be going into an area where trying to do this is only going to get us turned into potted plants.
That is a possibility.
Possibly.
True. That's true. We could become potted plants.
But just think, if you were turned into a potted plant high above the trees and you fell and it broke, you would be back to normal.
This is also true. If you're a potted plant, you are specifically
If you were to
petunias.
be changed into a potted plant, it would be beneficial for you.
Yeah.
Being a potted plant is just one of the outcomes. There are other things that can be worse. We could burst into flame and fall out of the sky.
We
And it
could
would
be
be fitting
flaming.
because we'd be
I'd be
flying,
okay with that.
hurtling
I mean,
towards
what?
the ground, and the
But it
flaming.
does say
It'd be
stop,
pretty cool.
drop, and roll, right? And you
Well,
don't immediately fall. You just float down.
if they
right?
dispel, I didn't get enough time to investigate the effects of wild magic and how it affects magic because I burst into flame. Had I had more time, I might have answers for us, but I don't.
All right.
So we're
Well,
going into an unknown situation.
before you guys
Is it
get
a-
answers,
Is it an unknown?
it is.
Super
Before
good.
you guys get answers to what's going to happen, let's have a bullshit break. Let me go grab some dinner real quick.
It's a sandwich.
Oh.
It is a sandwich.
He didn't say what kind of sandwich yet, though. He just
It was
The
a
edible
sandwich.
kind.
It was a sandwich that he made in his crock pot, thereby covering the entire spectrum of.
fucking crockpot sandwich. I love it. I love it.
That would be a wet ass sandwich.
No, you could do that with like pulled pork or something. You could make the
Yeah,
pork.
Actually, dude, okay, real
Pulled
talk.
pork it would
My-
be fantastic.
My wife actually, coincidentally enough, just brought home a whole pork butt today because it was
Nice.
on sale at the grocery store, and she makes the meanest ass crockpot pulled pork you can handle. It's
Very
so
nice.
fucking good.
I,
And
I've got this image of your wife walking in with a bag that has like a pair of Daisy Dukes, the fucking big slab of ham in them. That's what I got in my head when you said it's
Just-
pork butt.
just pork butt, yeah,
Yeah.
just some jiggly ass pork butt. I get to have an evening with that pork butt before she cooks it.
Oh God.
I'm
That's
telling
right.
her you said that.
You can tell her. I'll tell her I said that.
See, now I'm totally.
Yeah,
I
don't
you think
fixated on
there's nothing. There's no dumb, awful, off-color 9/11 joke that I can't make in front of my wife. It's like,
I've never
wouldn't
actually
have
had
married her.
crockpot pork, pulled porks. Probably be
It's so
really
good.
Yeah,
Like she just
there it
slow
is.
cooks it all fucking day, makes her own barbecue sauce, and just like
Nice.
just slow it. That's so fucking good. It's
So
not even
somebody
fair.
who's more familiar. See, now it's gonna be stuck in my brain with the traditionally spell casting and stuff. I'm not thinking of the tree shape spell, because that's the one that truly does turn you into like the form of a large living tree. There was a spell that the description of the illusion was like it makes every living thing in the area assume the form of visually a tree.
A bucket
It's
of
the
water.
illusion of a tree.
Hmm.
It was like what the, but I can't find it in any of the like anything 3.5 fourth. I'm like fuck. Did they just change the description or?
I haven't like as far as me browsing spells for which ones I want, I haven't encountered that to my recollection. Doesn't mean it's not there. Maybe it's a higher level that I haven't got to yet.
Well, that's the thing. It's like because it wasn't very. Because I remember it was always like one of those ones. It was like people would take it because it wasn't as good as the pure like raw illusion.
Well, it sounds like it would either be a cleric or a fucking.
Right. It's either a cleric or a druid, usually in their wheelhouse. But now I can't find it because it's like fuck. Of course, when I
Maybe
want
maybe it's a bard illusion.
it,
Hmm.
I mean,
maybe
if you're not
Yeah, I
having
don't
any
have a
luck
lot of
finding
experience.
it, I don't either. I usually don't play casters.
I
I
just
don't
use
play
it on
bards.
illusion spells when I play caster. So it's like shit.
I'll be right back though. I'm gonna grab a snack while he's getting a sandwich.
There you go.
Everybody grabbing snacks. Looking at my sandwich now, going.
Well, they've totally changed bards because bards it used to be songs, not spells. So that's
Yeah, you used to be you sung your spells. Okay. Illusion spell. I'm gonna find it and be like, that's the one. That's the... Nom, 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 nom. That's gonna bother me. I'm gonna find this damn spell. Seconds, try third levels. That is like that's the worst possible way to try to look up a spell. here's the entire list of spells and the descriptions. Just go from top to bottom. Bad way to do it.
Hi. I don't want to go and eat the other.
Do you want to go and eat the other half of your food?
Well, before I knew that the game was coming in, I had nothing in the house except a fucking candy bar, so I decided to go to the store and grab some food. I grabbed a deli sandwich and I grabbed some. They didn't have any root beer, which bummed me out. I mean, they did, but they just didn't have the kind I wanted. I ended up getting a Dr. Pepper. Well, I mean, I've been sort of getting back into root beer because I grabbed a 6-pack of Henry Weinhardt's root beer, which is more creamy. It's got less of a bite. It's more creamy. Really good. And sadly, I also grabbed a 6-pack IBC, and IBC has a bit more of a bite to it than Weinhardt, so I wasn't ready to get back into that side of root beer, so I'd just been sticking with the Weinhardts for a while. Which is kind of a bummer, but I burnt myself on root beer a long, long time ago. Like every day. I was a root beer alcoholic. I've tried.
Root beeraholic?
Yeah, I've had so many different types of root beer. You have no idea, dude. I've tried brands you've never heard of root beer.
I know what
every
you
time
mean
I'd find it.
If you're looking for a specific kind of root beer that you want to make root beer floats with, there are some great root beers that taste terrible in a float. You need the more mass ones.
I love root beer. Like I feel like I'm like probably close to, if not on Cypher's level. Like I've imported some awesome foreign root beers and things like that. I can't do root beer floats. It's too sweet. I think it takes away from the root beer.
You want to try some funky, one of the big root beers they always say you should do a root beer float is A&W. A&W by itself is just nasty.
Not good.
It's too sweet.
It is made to be a float root beer. A&W, Dad's, and there's one that's an Alaskan brand, and I don't have it in the house, so I can't remember. Yeah, Dad's is like
Dad's is alright if you
generic
can
root
find it.
beer.
It's hard to get now.
It's perfect for a float. But if you're craving a good root beer, it's meh. It's the baseline. It's this is a 5, but the scale goes to 20, but at least it's not a 1.
There's actually a big name root beer that depending on your mood determines what tastes better between fountain root beer and canned root beer. Have you had canned Barks versus fountain Barks?
Yes, canned Barks versus fountain Barks.
It's like drinking 2 different sodas almost with that.
Well,
it's kind of funky.
Have you ever actually done stuff where you're actually handling the canisters of soda stuff going?
You talking about the boxes of syrup?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The boxes and bottles of syrup. You can make the fountain shit as butchered as you want. Like,
yeah, I used to work in a movie theater, and I had to connect the fucking fountain, and I had those boxes, and those plastic bags sometimes would break, and
if
you'd
they
have
break,
fucking syrup everywhere.
Holy fuck! It is the worst glue ever.
Do you know that McDonald's has its own proprietary mix of Coke?
That doesn't shock me because it doesn't
What?
taste like Coke.
Oh.
Like when you go for and you get a Coke at McDonald's, you're getting a specific flavor.
Yeah,
So that doesn't
they have
shock
a
me.
proprietary mix.
Yeah, that doesn't shock me.
They have different flavors of Coke and different taste tests in each to find the right combination for the best.
And their version of Coke goes flat so fucking quick, it's crazy.
Yeah, it really
Like-
does.
You're having a fucking burger and some fries. Well, if you can call that a burger, but you're having a burger and some fries, and halfway through the Coke, it's gone flat. It's like, what the fuck? So yeah, it's no.
Again, it's like Coke is okay, but that's like the most baseline base cola that I'll enjoy.
If you're gonna drink Coke, dude, you should get Mexican Coke. That's the Coke you should.
Oh
be
yeah, no, agreed, 100%. But if I'm gonna, for me, I have to go out of my way and like go looking for Mexican Coke.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna do that, I'm just gonna go to the liquor store and buy myself a Fentimans cola. It's my absolute favorite cola.
I've never had one, so I don't know if it's any good.
Or Jesse.
What's that?
I finally went into that liquor store and they have free samples, dude.
Yeah,
Free
that
samples.
liquor store's awesome.
I got
Best
drunk
liquor store ever. Holy crap. Free fucking samples. I'll have another shot of that, please.
They were testing some.
for 50 cents each.
Oh my
When
god.
I was in there, they were testing some seasonal. It was a liqueur that tasted like pecan pie, and it was dope.
Mom and I went in there at like 11 a.m. and we came out happy.
Oh yeah, man, they are great. They have that liquor store's got everything. I've been begging them because the liquor store in town that had my go-to favorite cola in the world closed down, and they carry the brand but not the cola. Like they carry the Fentimans, Shandy, and ginger beer and Victorian lemonade, which the Victorian lemonade is really good, and I don't like a Shandy, but their ginger beer is decent too. But I've been asking them to order me the cola. So far, they haven't got it in. But yeah, that is my absolute favorite cola in the world. It is super good. I've only ever seen it at liquor stores and World Market.
You get some like flavors for when you go out, dude. I guess it's because maybe it's regional. Because the stuff you say,
Well, oddly enough, I discovered Fentimans in a conversation about how I apparently like. I don't like my sodas, like root beers or cola, to be too overly sweet.
yeah.
And I got into a conversation about like I really, really liked the short-lived Red Bull cola. Like
Yeah.
like Red Bull made a cola, like a cola nut cola,
Yes.
and it was excellent. Like it wasn't super over caffeinated. It wasn't an energy drink. It was about the same amount of caffeine as like a can of Coke, but it was just bitter and complicated enough. Like I really enjoyed it, and apparently I was the only person on the goddamn planet because it just disappeared off shelves just as quickly.
It was
I'm
where,
back.
where I used to have that, Genji, was that jolt, like the cola flavored jolt, not just jolt, but the true
Yeah,
jolt cola. They when you go for spinal taps and stuff, anytime you have surgery on, they literally give you a lot of caffeine because your body processes that and it heals up the holes near your spine really well for some reason.
Hmm.
They give you like a shake, and that shake was by the Jolt Cola Company. So you
oh,
drank
that's
it.
funny.
It was like tasting. Somehow they turned it into a whipped up foamy. Not even like a good milkshake, but like fuck, when you drink like the diet drinks instead of a meal, you drink this. Like they have the vanilla
Yeah.
flavored one of those. One of those super airy whipped up. So it looked like it should taste like vanilla ice cream, but it tasted like Jolt Cola.
Well, are we talking about the original Jolt? Or are we talking about the remade? Somebody died drinking.
The
before Jolt,
important
which is
the
not-
important question out of that we need to ask is, did it bring all the boys to the yard?
That's it.
It did not. It
If
did
the
not.
boys were on the crucifix bed getting their spine worked on. But yeah, if you see Fentiman somewhere, because I don't know if this is a national establishment or not, but I've seen it at World Market, which is a decent import store. They've got goods and snacks and food from all over the world. I've seen it there. I first found out about. I was having that conversation about the Red Bull Cola, and someone's like, "Oh, well, if you missed that, you got to try a Fentimans." And I actually had to Google it, and I went to their website, and then it was like, search your zip code for Fentimans, and it was at the vegan grocery store. At least it claimed to be. I went there and I said, "Yo, where's your Fentimans?" And they looked at me like I was a lunatic. They didn't know what I was talking about. They had never heard of it. But somebody overheard me, just random happenstance. Someone overheard me say it. They're like, "I think World Market's got that."
Dude, fucking, I'm
Right
looking
on.
at this. It's like $50 for a fucking 4-pack.
What?
I'm
Good.
looking online. Fentimans Rose Lemonade Botanical Drinks, 4 count, $40. Fentimans
Wow.
Ginger Beer Botanical Drinks, $47.83. So a
No.
4-pack is 50 some odd dollars for a pack of these, dude.
Fuck. I don't know what store that
That's
is, because no, like they're
Walmart.
here.
That's a
What?
Walmart.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
Like that, they're on average from the 2 places I've seen it locally. It's about $2 a bottle, so the 4-pack's about $8.
That's what it showed
Alright.
me when I'm looking for it, dude.
Is
that's
everybody
insane.
here? Like, I'm just. I see Steve
yeah, I
might be muted.
Steve is muted, but I don't know if he's here.
Steve, are you here?
Check the official Fentiman website, because they let me put in my zip code and it showed available places. Because yeah, no, I wouldn't pay more than like $2 a bottle, but if you see it, try it. It's very good.
Steve. I think we may have lost Steve. Let's see if I can find him
might
back.
need to reset his connection again
Hello?
to the voice server.
There you are.
Hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
there you are.
You got it?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh wow! I'm looking at what you
You're
just
really quiet.
Am I?
No,
Are
he's
we all
not really
really
quiet.
Yeah, that was my next question. Is it everybody or just me?
No, it's shit. I don't think it's shit.
I think it was everybody.
Everybody sounds fine to me.
Yeah. I think it's
Ah!
Steve. I think it's Steve.
Dude, they've got
Damn
one
it,
in
Steve.
Belmont. That's like right around the corner from my house. Sweet. Okay.
Yeah, try it out, man. It's fucking good. I haven't had their shandy, but I don't. From what I read, a shandy is. I don't think I would like a shandy. So, like, it's some kind of like beer and cola, and I hate beer. So,
I'm pretty sure it's like
There you
beer
are.
lemonade.
All right.
yeah, I don't know. But I remember reading it has beer in it, and I went, nope.
So I think everybody's back now. So
Yeah,
you guys finally did, or not finally, but you did decide to go with the spell and just kind of mosey your way through the forest. Windwalk. That's what I was looking for.
Yes.
Windwalk. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And you all look. Gingy, you cast the prestidigitation, so everybody looks like a
Yes,
clan member.
We're all white.
Okay.
Yes.
So
How long will your
Fucking the
prestidigitation-
KKK flying through the sky.
right.
It's
There's
not
a
about
lot
hate.
of
It's about
beer.
heritage.
God damn it. What was that, Steve?
What time of year is it?
It is autumn.
So it is after
Apparently,
Labor Day.
It is after
Oh,
Labor
no.
Day.
Oh God.
It's
don't
the
tell
season
what
of the
the
white
elf
man.
is.
Can you make us like a bluish white then? Then we're not in white.
I don't know if it would be as effective.
Can we
Gotta
do
be
like a
effective.
fall?
You don't break fashion law.
So
Get our pumpkin spice lattes.
the
If you're suggesting that Dr. V is a
Damn it.
basic bitch, I'm gonna have to slap you.
He's a
There's
boss ass bitch.
There's nothing
That's
big
right.
about a mocha cappuccino latte, half and half with pumpkin sprinkles on it.
I can see it now. He's got his fucking Uggs on. He's drinking a pumpkin spice latte. He's got a purse dog. Yeah, this is
We're
great.
just gonna use tree shape to turn into a basic birch.
There we go.
Ah,
all right. So you guys,
Verge.
you take your flight, and it takes you a little while because it's 30 miles away. But you get to the place where Galen marked on the map for you, and it looks like it's definitely been some sort of meeting place. The grass on the ground has been pushed down, the dragon has landed here on several occasions. And everybody roll me perception checks real quick.
And the
Perception.
I should probably roll my- a whole lot of dice rolling here in a second.
Oh, there we go.
Whop. My
So-
roll seems like they're averaging out better since I reprogrammed it to auto roll my dice.
So everybody is aware that there is the sound of rushing water coming from pretty much directly north of this clearing where the grass has been pushed down.
Sploosh.
And you guys walk like 150 yards through this dense forest. And there's still like the mist that the forest is known for is still kind of wrapping around your legs as you're walking through. But you come out of the trees and into this riverbank, and there is this probably 300-foot tall waterfall just pouring gallons and gallons of water over the edge of this cliff and down into the river in front of you.
Okay, so we're at the base of the waterfall. We're not at the top of the waterfall. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Well, the good thing is, I think most of us have some kind of swimming ability, except for the armored rock.
Well, I mean, if we're flying that high, then
Very well.
is the waterfall higher than we can currently float?
No, not at all.
So do we want to go up and check the top, or do we want to check to see if there's like a cave behind it, kind of thing?
That was what I was thinking.
I'd say Anna and Steve probably noticed that there is a section of the waterfall about 125 feet up that looks like there's a carved out area behind it.
I'm gonna share that information with the party.
All right.
I will ask, like carved as in unnatural, hard, straight, smooth edges or something, or are we talking naturally forming cave?
It's a natural forming cave.
Okay. The word carved
Yeah.
tickled my detective bone, I guess.
Oh, I forgot to
It
grab you
tickled my
guys.
private dick.
Did it now?
Yes.
He's got his public dick that he shows everyone, but
That's
his
right.
private dick.
We don't
Nah.
talk about my publics. We don't have to talk about my publics. My privates are off limits. My publics are just free domain.
You guys should be able to see yourselves okay?
Well, currently I see a black square, so I'm trying to see
Okay. You're at the top left.
top left. Okay.
Ah, all right, hang on. Let me grab a light real quick because it didn't light
Yes,
right.
I can
Yeah,
see
no, it's just a black square.
darkness.
Yeah, hang on.
I attack the darkness.
DM was talking that good shit till I put my foot in his chest.
Now the tokens are behaving oddly. I don't know what's going on tonight. Hang on just a second.
Just like the party members,
Right?
tokens are absorbing their personality.
Huh.
I have
Get
to
rid of
figure out sometime this week during work. I have to figure out how to squeeze in 2 hours so I can go.
So you can. Do
All
what?
right, you guys should be able to see yourselves
Yep.
now.
Yep,
All right.
I see it.
Yes, yes, sir.
That is the
There we go.
the pool of the waterfall, and the cave right behind it there. So I'm gonna just stick you guys in the cave.
All right. He's gonna guide us into the cave,
Yeah.
because otherwise, like typical guys, we'd miss the entrance.
Yeah, and we wouldn't
Be
stop
gentle.
that direction.
Only
We
the
didn't have
first
back
4
at the elf
times.
Village. We'd be at the back, like at the elf village, like there was no cave.
Wrong cave. Wrong cave.
Anna would be the only one who found the cave. She'd be like, "It was right here. I just asked the squirrels. They said it was right here."
All right.
Anna.
So
Anna,
you guys still see the turn order? Occasionally.
No, the turn order
Okay.
is
No.
blank. It's
All right,
Yeah, it's
I've got
blacked
I've got it written down. Let me reset it here real quick. I don't know
had a
why
9.
it keeps it for me and not you guys.
Gingy had a 21 and I had a 9. After that, I don't know everybody else had.
Saren had a 20. I had a 14. V had a 21.
The bottom of the list.
There you go.
There you go.
Good recovery.
Yeah, I wrote them down just in case it didn't keep them. So
Crap. You know what? Corvo's the only one who's he's got at least partial dark vision.
No, I've got dark vision. Yeah.
okay,
So
Yeah,
let me
I
turn
don't-
yours on real quick.
Anybody else have it? No, I mean we don't have torches lit or anything right now because we're kind of rolling into possible hostile territory. We probably don't want to
There
have
we go.
torches going where we are.
Yeah,
that worked.
I was turning on his dark vision for him.
Yep.
Right.
Darkness.
So shit. Does anybody have any kind of like spell-like abilities that can grant dark vision to a group?
No, I can grant light, but which I don't
Yeah.
recommend.
I was like shaking, going, I don't want to light a torch.
Isn't it a cleric spell? Isn't it? It's dark vision.
I don't know.
I thought it was a
Are-
druidic spell.
Jason, are we still floating?
You guys are in the mouth of the cave. So just for ease of transitioning everything and getting everybody in the same spot, I went ahead and put you in the cave. So behind the
Are
waterfall.
we still floating?
How long does that spell last?
Which spell?
8
The
hours.
floating?
The Windwalk.
Yeah, it lasts for a while.
It lasts 8 hours.
8 hours. So
8
you,
hours.
yes, you could still be floating.
Okay.
Shit.
We could turn it off.
Just as a fucked up joke, he doesn't. You're trying to go to bed, floating like a.
Dude, how comfortable would that be? Sleeping with no contact?
Yeah, but could you imagine like waking up disoriented and freaking the fuck out because your face is against the ceiling?
I don't know. I think I'd sleep like a hot baby and be like totally juiced about it.
Hot baby juice. You tell him.
A hot baby juice nap.
Hashtag hot baby juice.
Nap life.
Nap life.
So, Gingy, you are first up on the initiative order. What are you up to?
Well, I am not one to lead the party, so I will take a few steps forward, but that is the extent of it. I guess I'm going to keep my hand on the wall and just sort of follow it,
Okay.
because I can't see shit.
Okay, so we know that Vitus is human. We know that Brielle is dragonkin. I believe the other two are human as well. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Humes.
And
Okay.
As you.
So what I'm going to
Guys,
be doing
I gotta switch
is
real quick
observing the
to try to get
effects
this map to
of
behave properly.
blindness
give me
on
just
them
a
as
second.
as they stumble through the cave. That's what I'm going to be doing.
All right, hang on. I'm having to fix the map real quick, so I had to refresh them.
Well, I don't plan
Sure.
on going anywhere further than the entrance if it gets so dark. Yes, yeah, but like either it's going to be torch shop or your observation will be me lighting a torch.
I was just going to keep my hand on the wall and follow it for a bit and see how far that can get me. Because if this elf lives here, then perhaps we can find a chamber where he has some torches or something to maintain the element of surprise.
This is also assuming that this is where he's coming instead of just wandering in. We could just be wandering in a cave. But the question is
It's true.
this cave large enough for a medium-sized dragon to fit into?
Also a good question.
For a medium-sized dragon?
Well,
We're
I'm going to
saying-
assume because I'm assuming that this dragon is not a full-grown dragon. I'm
Okay.
going on that assumption for the basis of if it was, I don't think there would have been any fucking survivors in the Elven village. I think it would have been
Hmm.
decimated if it were a full-scale monster adult dragon.
Okay.
So,
I agree.
not to mention the fact that it's being controlled. So unless this dude has the horn of dragon control or whatever the fuck it is, the magic item that controls them, I don't think that. And even then, the question of it is the strength of the magic item versus the will of the beast that it's trying to control. So based on that alone, I'm assuming this is probably a middle-aged to younger dragon that we're going to.
Or is it even a case of we're not making the assumption, but we're saying a lot of it is spitballing the dragons under control. It might not be. It might be an evil dragon going, fuck yeah, you guys are all about bringing Tiamat back? I'm down with that.
Well,
That's true.
sure, but we're talking about somebody who was writing it. Do you
So?
honestly think that an adult dragon would be,
Okay, ready?
would demean itself to let a humanoid ride it like
Wait,
some sort
ready?
of steed?
Baba Yaga decides, I want to ride a dragon. Hey, you dragon.
Baba Yaga is a godling.
We have now again. So what? So this person writing it might not have been just an elf. It might be some super badass, high-powered spellcaster who's like, dragon, you can let me ride you, or I can turn you into a skeleton who will obey my every whim. Your choice. The
I
dragon
don't
goes.
know.
Good
I don't know
deal.
if any
need,
magicians. Go ahead.
I need perception checks from everybody.
Okay.
Oh, I love that button where you can click that you don't have to drag it off. That's very handy.
Ooh, look at that.
Dude, nice
Eve.
roll, Sarah. That's
Even
like two
Anna.
really good perceptions in a roll.
Boom.
Steve and Anna, as you guys are kind of discussing your next move into this cave, you guys feel you know how you get that feeling where everything gets still for a moment? A lot stiller than it
Less
should
than
be.
fresh.
You get that feeling, and you turn around to kind of peer through the water that's falling over the mouth of this cave. And out above the pool sits this large adult green dragon.
Fuck.
Hey,
So-
how you doing?
Okay, so I shove Corvo. He's next to me, right?
Yes.
Yes, I am.
And if you're saying something, I can't hear you.
Fine. Yeah.
There,
Can you hear
weird.
us?
Okay, yeah. Fucking Discord goes all silent for a minute for whatever reason. I didn't hear anybody there for a minute. I got Anna saying she was going to shove Corvo, and that was the last thing I heard.
Into
I'm
the
pushing
dragon.
Corvo back into Vitus, grabbing Goat, pushing him against the wall, and pushing myself against the wall back this way.
Okay.
Have you guys ever seen what happens when a dragon's breath weapon is sprayed into a tunnel-like area?
Yeah, I plan on getting out of this narrow cave. We still have the spell on effect, right?
Oh god.
Yeah,
You do.
but trying to get them out of sight, you know,
Right.
because
Well-
there is a waterfall in between us.
That's true. It might be coming in.
So
Right.
Anna takes a second to push everybody to the side, and as she does, the dragon flies into the mouth of the cave, spraying you guys with water. Well, would be spraying you guys with water if you had any corporeal forms, and moving down through the mouth of the cave, further
Kind of
into
sprayed
the
through us. Didn't take
Okay.
notice of.
right.
Well, there you go. It answered my question. It is large enough for a fucking size dragon to.
Did anybody else's butthole lock up right after he said sprayed? Just
Yeah.
Well,
between
well, no,
sprayed and water, is anybody else
I,
crushing
God
that?
damn it! I actually went, God damn it, because I promised Fox if he was willing to kamikaze into the dungeons inside Twitch, I was like, I will do one kamikaze like silly combat maneuver for you. I was like, this could be it. Oh, it went past us. Damn it!
Don't make agreements that will get the party killed.
All right. So you guys have your answer as to if the cave is big enough for an adult dragon.
Or yes, that is
Hey.
correct.
Big enough for an adult dragon.
You
But
also
with it
may
being
need
an
to
adult
change your
dragon, That
pants.
does have other implications.
Well, I don't know if we can really call it an
Yeah,
adult
we,
dragon. I mean, it's pretty childish to splash us with water.
Well, no, keep
you
it-
know,
keep it
that's
water-
true.
But the question was, did it have a rider on its back as it flew past us?
You don't know.
I wasn't looking. I was too busy shitting my pants because a
Right.
dragon just flew in.
So we
I was too busy getting shoved by Anna.
before, compared to the white dragon, this dragon didn't look that big.
That's true.
It
that white
looks
dragon was a lot
roughly the
bigger.
same size.
Okay.
Wait, white dragon?
Yeah.
The zombie dragon thing we
The
fought.
ice
Oh,
dragon.
No,
Oh,
the
okay,
ice dragon.
Okay. I was like, I don't remember fighting a white dragon. A Dracula.
Yeah, we fought an ice dragon.
Yeah, you guys did fight a nice dragon.
Yeah, that,
No, I
that-
remember the dragon in the cave. I remember that. But like I
Right,
said,
that
I
was a
don't remember-
white dragon, and then we fought a Dracolich. There's two different dragons that have been fought by this party. We fought the Dracolich in the one set of caves. We fought the ice dragon and killed it on the iceberg.
Oh, that's right. The one that we fucking took the body parts from.
We took exactly stripped all the buckets. We kind of ran from the Dracolich because it was a bad situation.
Yes.
So you guys have been pushed aside. The dragon has flown into the cave. Gingy, what are you up to?
Did it look towards us, or did it show any sign that it noticed us?
If it noticed you, it did not give any sign.
Okay. Well, so far we still have the element of surprise, and we have the reassurance that, oh hey, we're in the right spot.
Well, here's the question though:
So-
was the dragon actually just ignoring us because of the spectral form that we were in due to the druid spell, or is it? And this is going to sound like a stupid statement, heading towards its horde to protect it because we're invaders.
That is an excellent question. It could be a little column A and a little column B.
Well, it didn't walk in cautiously, see us, and then book. It just flew its ass. It looked like it was in a hurry before it penetrated the waterfall.
Well,
Right, so
also,
maybe-
even no matter how strong a dragon is, you don't just like saunter through the waterfall when it's 125 feet up in the air. That like gets you knocked down the 125 feet. So.
That's true too. So maybe it came in with enough force and enough water in its eyes to where maybe it didn't see us.
It was doing the Fabio dragon thing. It came bursting through the water.
Oh, I thought you meant like it got hit in the face with a goose at high
It got hit in
speeds.
the face with a goose, broke its nose,
I remember that. That was
took
great.
it like a boss.
Right?
Fabio, the only man sexy enough to kill a goose with his nose.
With his face.
Did you see the screen caps they had of because they had a picture of like right after he got hit, that disheveled, confused
Oh,
look
yeah.
on his face?
Wouldn't you be if you're okay? If anybody doesn't know the story, Fabio was on a roller coaster and hit a goose. Like
Yeah,
a goose crossing the
not just a roller
path,
coaster
whacking
ride.
in the face.
It was entranced by his beauty, and he got
It
hit in the
was-
face with a
it was
fucking
the-
goose.
Inaugural ride, first ride of that roller coaster with paying customers on it at that amusement park.
I didn't
like,
know that.
And Fabio's going to be in the front car. Haha, yes, photo ops. And he comes back. Ooh! Fucking face all fucked
Holy shit! I didn't know it was the inaugural run
Yep.
of the roller coaster.
They were
That's
like-
even
they were like,
funnier.
is this good press or bad?
Jesus, so funny. You know, his hair must have been fucking magnificent,
hair
just
actually looked-
flying.
His hair looked good even after the duck impact. Face was a little fucked up.
All right, so what are we gonna do about this fucking dragon?
We're gonna need a goose.
Yes, that's true. And then we can eject it for the back seat of a fighter jet and have it break its neck. And
Right. I could probably apply some sort of magical force to it and launch the goose. Some sort of level 5 portal gun.
Gingy, you're at top of the initiative. What are you up to?
Well, after I'm done fucking peeing and pooping all over this cave, I'm gonna whisper very, like, kind of fucking shaken, just go like, now what? Do we go in?
Wow. Were you the only? Did you secretly make a save versus dragon fear and fail it, dear boss?
No, but just it doesn't. You don't have to be afraid to be fucking super startled. We're already on high alert. All my neck hair is standing up. I'm sneaking in, and then a giant adult dragon just fucking top gunned its way right past me.
it's called making your common sense roll. Is what the fuck
Right.
that is.
Right. No, that's called being alert and alive roll. Like,
Fallen. And the coyote is just
Oh.
because it didn't see you guys doesn't mean it didn't smell you guys. I'm like, yeah,
a
Very true.
fucking valid observation. However,
But-
we are right on the other side of that waterfall, and it
I
had to
think
go
it-
through that
I don't think
waterfall.
you noticed us since we're so
We're
corporeal
incorporeal as well.
incorporeal. We just smashed through, didn't even take notice of us. But my important whisper thing went back like, I can't see shit past about 5 feet inside this cave mouth. Do we light torches or stumble around in the dark?
I say we touch the wall, and it's a cave. As long as you hold the wall and just continue slowly moving forward,
It's
we
a
should
cave
be able to.
full of
Caress the
water
wall,
residue
buy it dinner.
and moldy from a waterfall feeding around it, which means there's lots of ways to slip and break our necks and fall directly into the dragon's mouth and stuff in the dark.
Question.
Again, very
Yeah,
dark.
what's up?
Can't Corvo communicate with us telepathically?
I can communicate, yes, but not as a group. I can communicate one by one telepathically, yes.
Well, if you could, like, maybe scout ahead a little bit.
That
Was it dark vision?
Well, here's
That
the
is-
question. How do you know I have dark vision?
I asked. I said, can anybody actually see in the dark?
I never said anything. I didn't answer that question.
You're also the only guy who's always like you usually walk around in the dark outside of the torch range, and it's like when you're investigating something, you've asked once or twice to bring over a light source so you can see it in the
Are
light.
you half elf?
I am.
Don't all half elves?
That's
Wow.
racist.
That's
That's
a
what's gonna
say.
Yeah.
what a racist
Roll for
assumption.
privilege.
Wow. Wow.
Just because
Jeez,
you
I
said
know.
that, I'm gonna hold on to my gold pouch extra tight and cross the
Yeah.
street.
Yep.
I'm not wearing a black hoodie.
Man.
Jesus.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
You know
Right.
when you see a
We're done.
dragonborn in this neighborhood, it's up to something.
Steve.
We're just saying.
Before you even got into that, I was gonna ask the GM, is my survival instinct telling me that this is potentially a death situation?
Are you gonna stand your ground?
That's the first part of the question. Do I feel that this is a life or death situation?
Roll me insight.
I mean, a dragon just fucking Top Gunned its way right past us. I feel
Insight.
threatened.
A dragon just took the highway into the danger zone. You guys.
Right, exactly. It just
Seriously.
went upside down and goosed the shit out of all of us.
It buzzed the tower. I stole my
I dropped my coffee all over myself. Right, exactly.
Nice. There we
Right,
go.
Yeah.
right.
That
Guys,
ice dragon that
I
we
want
beat
some
up a
butts.
while ago.
I want some
He's
dragon
telling
blood.
him, he's like, acid dragon, you're unsafe. You don't fly right. And he's like, shut up, Iceman. I don't play by the rules.
He's a loose cannon.
You're a loose
Only
cannon.
days from retirement.
You could be my dragon wingman anytime. All right, so I rolled a 17.
So you're actually feeling pretty confident. You guys have taken down 2 dragons with no problem. This shouldn't be a big deal.
Okay, so therefore I don't have to to consider is this information worth dying over, even though I'd probably do it anyway because I feel safe. So therefore I'm confident and I want to a dragon's lair because I've never been in before. So of course I'm going to go forward and see what's going on. So you won't
Well,
even
I
have to
wouldn't.
ask me to scout. I'm just going to go forward because I want to know what's up. And worst case scenario, I turn myself invisible.
All right.
So I will move forward as normal.
All right. Well, we will get to you in just a second. Steve, are you doing anything?
Yeah. I'm gonna. Let me see how long this lasts. Awesome. Okay. I'm gonna conjure some woodland beings. It's gonna be my entourage of pixies.
In this
Alright.
case, it's considered the spell is called Hordivore.
Yeah.
Hors d'oeuvres. He's summoning
Hors
hors d'oeuvres. Yeah.
Orvs, devores.
Are you moving at all? Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah. He'll move over here.
All right, go.
Yeah, confidently, he must be able to see in the dark too. I'm staying right by the door because I can't see anything.
Okay.
Wandering blindly into the dark is a bad idea. I'll stay right here.
Anna?
Well, I think I'm gonna move back. I don't think we're gonna move forward at this point. I'm not without a light source, and really haven't decided what's going on. So
Okay. Cypher, what's Corey move up to?
Like I said, I am going to 5 just walking forward, seeing what I can see. From what I'm standing, I can see that I'm within range of a dragon.
No.
No?
That was totally sarcastic.
Oh. And then I will say, Saren is right next to me. Well, he's not next to me. He's just slightly behind me. Hey, there he is. He's peeking around. He's a shy dragon.
So he is faced towards you
So I take it he's looking right at me.
a little bit.
Hobbitses.
He's like,
And as you kind of creep around that corner enough to see him, and it's really just kind of his head sticking out around that edge there. His jaws open, and this large green cloud just rolls out of his mouth.
hold your breath. Run for it.
I hope you got some of that barium.
Panic a little bit. First, panic a little bit.
Drop the base.
So everybody behind this line, it does roll through the cavern. So it looks like Steve, Gingy, and Cypher. I need Constitution
Fuck.
saving throws.
Fucking shit, are you serious?
Oh, it didn't come. Oh shit! It didn't come around the corner and hit me and Brill.
No, you guys
I
are
feel-
just out of range.
You need
I feel
Constitution
fucking
saves?
Yes, I
Yeah,
do.
con saves.
I feel guilty. Not a lot, mind you, but.
All right,
Yay,
so-
con save.
Gingy and Steve. 60. And Cypher
60?
30. Yeah.
6-0.
60.
Ah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Peace. One more of those and I'm super dead.
Okay.
That was kind of funneled directly over us.
Right, as it will be in any place in this cave. Peace
Oh,
out.
shit. Hang on a second.
Y'all have fun.
Wait a minute. Are we still in gaseous form?
Yeah, we are.
Oh,
Let's see
valid.
how. Hang on.
We're
That's a
not
good point.
corporeal.
So how does poison gas mix with
Resistance to
poison
damage?
body?
Well, it just says resistance to damage for non-magical weapons. So
Okay.
Dragon's Breath is kind of a magical thing, I would assume,
Or is it
Let's.
biological.
or is biological.
I
Uh,
wouldn't think that it would be a magic thing for a dragon.
I think we
dragon
should
breath.
ask Fox.
Let's here.
Which chat.
Here. What we'll do. Those of you that did not make your save take 30 damage. Those of you that did take 15.
Okay.
We'll say that you have resistance to it because it's poison. You're not really breathing anything if you're incorporeal. It seems like a good balance.
So is it a mix of acid and chlorine gas, or is it just chlorine gas?
This
is my
this is
question.
just chlorine gas.
Okay.
And so the dragon rolls out this poison breath down the corridor, and then by the time it clears, he has retreated further into the cave.
What a punk. Punk ass lizard. That was a drive-by breathing.
It was.
Right.
Alright.
I mean, but you understand that, like, at full blast, that could have killed all of us.
Yeah, I understand.
All right, so that'll bring us around to Gingy. What are you up to, Gingy?
I'm gonna call an Uber.
It's 1-800-NOPE is what that is.
Well, just remember, Gingy, you're still in that intangible form, so you can like run right back out through the waterfall, because it takes a while. It's not going to wear off. If you take damage, it doesn't turn off.
How are we immune?
We're not
Following.
immune.
We're partially incorporeal still.
Oh, he's talking about the monk. Rico's making a comment.
Yeah, he's asking about me.
Well, he knows we're here, so we might as well light some torches because we've lost the element of surprise.
Well,
I'm-
here's the thing I'm trying to roll to. We're still incorporeal. From the definition of that spell, we have to like concentrate for a minute to go corporal form, unless the spell wears off.
I mean, that's
You
all fine and good. It doesn't change anything as far as I'm concerned.
Do you want me to end the spell?
I don't care. I mean, right now it just saved our life. So,
yeah,
no.
and just save everybody's life up front.
Yeah. And we can fly.
I'm pretty
Like,
much
really
going to
bad.
just come back and say, so if we're not all in this together, I'm not in it at all. So if you guys are going to stay back here, I'm going to stay back here too. That's all there is to it. That thing almost just murdered me. Like,
So, boss, you missed the part about can't see in dark, not going to walk in blindly. So,
it's cool. Light a torch. We don't have the element of surprise to worry about anymore. I'll cast light on all of us. I cast light on my dick right now.
inside of your pants is well illuminated.
Cracks of light
So-
busting out of his
Whip it
bleachers
out.
and shit.
Whip it
So
out.
I'll start. I'm wearing. You guys think there's something under these robes?
He's gonna helicopter dick, and it's just gonna look like a rave.
He's gonna open up his robes and it's gonna be like the opening of the Ark and from fucking Raiders of the Lost Ark and shit.
So, per that spell, for you guys to take any kind of action other than dashing, you do have to come out of your incorporeal state.
But we
Alright,
saw
well,
the cloud. I mean, we saw the cloud just stop short of me and Brill. We saw it go woof, and we're like, "Holy shit, that looked
Oh.
bad."
Okay.
Our spells affect our ability to cast spells affected by our physical state. In other words, even though I'm incorporeal, am I still able to call upon the
The
powers
only
and cast
actions
my
the
spells?
creature take in this form are the dash action or to revert to normal form.
Yeah.
So you can't do shit other than revert to normal form or run and use the flying ability to go fast.
Hextech Bomber. Hextech, thank you for that host, sir. Thank you so much for bringing your crew in here. We appreciate that.
Yeah, whoop whoop.
So yeah, for you guys to do anything other than move, you have to revert out of your corporeal form.
And
Or
that's- that
rather,
can only be
revert to
done-
your corporeal form.
And that can only be done by the druid.
No, you
Oh.
can you can choose to do it from the description.
Okay.
Well, if you've had a cast on you, you can say, I'm going corporal,
Okay.
and then later on you could go, I'm going incorporeal again, but it takes a minute to transition back
Yeah.
and forth.
I may move it dash, which means instead of it being 6, I move it 12 squares.
Yep.
Well, 1, 2. There we go.
So Gingy, you just well, Cypher, hang on. We restarted
I'll go back.
initiative.
I'll
Yeah.
go back. Okay, I'll go back.
So Gingy, are you went back? Are you doing any other actions this round?
I'm basically. I went back to them who are hanging out in the back, and I'm saying it's all or none.
Okay.
If you guys aren't going in, I'm not going in. If I'm going in, you guys are going in.
Steve, what are you up to?
Okay, so Saren's going to I guess he didn't summon any pixies because he's still incorporeal. So he's gonna go chill and become corporal, and then summon some pixies.
Okay, so I'll skip your next round because it took you a minute
Yeah.
for that. Well, Laka, thank you for coming in. Tell Hex we appreciate it. I haven't seen him showing up yet. Or he's in here. What am I saying? Never mind. Go. What are you up to?
Since I saw that cloud, though, I am spending the turn going corporal. So are we going to say that's like one melee round, or are we going to go it's a full round 60?
Right now,
Second.
just kind of depending to illustrate it, I'm going to skip your next round unless that's what everybody chooses.
Because my intentions were literally the minute I saw the big cloud coming, Fox gets pointing out. I'm like, yeah, my plan was to get in melee because if it's a chloric poisonous kind of spell, I can take it and
Okay.
give everybody an advantage by getting in close. So I'm gonna go corporal.
Okay. Anna, what are you up to?
I'm going fast. I'm going Sanic on it.
Anna?
Very odd popping sounds through the.
I'm not sure where that's coming from.
There she is. I saw her light up for a
Okay,
second.
wasn't just me hearing that. Good.
No,
No,
I heard it.
No,
No,
I
no.
heard it. I just don't know. what's
Okay.
up.
Was
No,
it
he's just crazy. He's totally crazy.
Jason? Did we lose comms with the GM?
I think we lost Jason.
I think
Nope,
that's
I'm
what it
here.
was. Oh, you're there. There was like
That
a
was weird.
popping sound, like
Yeah, I heard
I
it.
think he's using like a dice roller from like Sorry.
No, I was
Trouble.
messing with the bot.
Trouble. You're right.
nice.
There was
Nice.
actually a DIY where you could make a dice roller using that. It showed you how to create your own.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Roll. You could
I
click
know
on it and make
exactly what
roll
you're talking
20
about too. Anybody who played boarding games in the late 70s and 80s, you push down, it pops.
Fuck yeah.
Oh my god, that's the sound it made too.
All right, Anna, what are you up to?
Hashtag all the memories.
Okay, I'm gonna spend my round to become, because I can't go forward. There's no light.
Flipping through her
Okay.
issue of fucking Elf Boy Weekly.
That's a hot one there. Mm-mm-mm.
I need
Cypher?
to be corporeal for this one.
What are you up to, Cypher?
Dude, like I said, since I'm moving at a sprint, it's 12, so move down here.
All right. Gingy, it looks like everybody else is turning corporeal. Are you following along?
I'll follow suit.
All right, so everybody is spending this turn turning corporeal other than Cypher. Cypher, what are you up to?
I am making my way. I'm basically trying to explore. I know that the dragon took off I'm going the cardinal. I don't know what it is on the actual map. but I'm
Yeah,
going
we'll go with Cardinal.
Okay, so I know that the dragon took off east of me, that direction. So what I'm going to be doing is moving not in a straight line. I'm trying to observe as much of the cave as I can without
Okay.
walking out into a direct line of fire. So I'm trying to get an idea of my surroundings without being so that Mr. Dragon can just stick his head out and boil me with fucking sulfuric acid or whatever.
Okay.
So my turn, I moved up there. And I'm trying to get a view. And I guess you consider this reconnoitering.
I think we should,
Reconnaissance?
we should
Reconnoiter.
leave the cave, contact the UN, file a sanction because he's using an illicit
Weapons.
gas for chemical warfare. Yeah,
Weapons of
chlorine
mass
gas
destruction.
is been banned. Get the UN involved.
All right. So everybody else, you are now to smooth things out and make it easier. You are now corporeal. Gingy, what are you up to?
Fucking staying in the back.
You not lighting a torch or anything?
Fuck no.
All right.
Whoa!
Steve?
So your little root team, it's all or one. And you just
Do I have Pixie?
No, it's all or one. But when have I ever been in front?
lie. Well, did you turn corporal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody is,
I'm
other
corporal.
than Cipher.
Okay. I rescind my statement then. Sorry.
Okay, it's
Okay.
like I'm corporal. I'm just not kicking the door in.
So
I'm
Steve,
squishy.
Saren is summoning your pixies.
Green dragon breath
Alright. Go.
on most of party. You know what? It's gonna be a fast question actually for Saren. Can the pixies you're summoning create light?
Yep.
Or do I need a torch? They can? Awesome. Thanks, buddy. Good.
Boom.
2 good spells in a row. I'm gonna wait till the pixies show up then.
Well, the pixies are there. Steve, are they emitting light, or what are you doing with them, I guess?
Okay, so Pixie number 1 is going to cast light in our area centered on me.
What's the range on that?
It is shit. It's just light. I think it's 460.
60 feet?
Let me double check that. Light. Oh, I'm sorry. This is they don't have light. They have dancing lights.
That's,
Dancing
less of a
light.
light spell and more of a distraction spell.
Yeah,
Oh God! All of our
Well,
eyes are burned
create
out.
up to 4 torch-sized lights within range.
So
they-
there's basically 4
light
torches
they-
within 20 feet. of
Go,
us.
hang on,
Yeah.
let me, I can't hear with everybody talking over each other.
Sorry, my bad.
What are you
So-
saying, Steve?
Yeah, how it works is within 120 feet of the caster, there are 4 like torch brightness lights.
Okay.
So like we can make them move around and stuff, but like they also function as just torches that follow us.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to give them regular torch range on their light, too.
Okay.
So I'm putting 1 on you. Where do you want the other 3? Do you just want 1 on each person?
Yeah.
Since these are your pixies? Okay.
So that'll be pixie number 1 that casts that. The second one is going to use its superior invisibility and head forward and sort of like go ahead of us.
Recon pixie.
And
Or-
they can
Okay.
move 30 feet. Okay, they can move human speed.
Alright, hang on just a second. Alright,
Bravest pixie I've ever seen.
just the 2?
Yeah, the others are going to turn invisible and sit on Zarin.
Okay.
Is that Pixie trying to bust a move? What the fuck?
Is. All right, Goat. What are you up to?
The light source is close to us.
He's some of the
No,
juggalos.
you
what he's
all
done.
have a light source on you now.
Oh, it's on us. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
there were 4 torches. One was given to each of you.
Okay, so the light source is on. So if I move, the light source is going to move with me.
Yes.
It's not
They're
stuck in
just
that
gonna
spot.
have to follow you.
Okay. Then I'm rolling forward. I look at Deactive V. I'm like, that's right. You said all in or none in. I'm in, boss.
Let's do it.
Oops, that's 2 spots. Sorry, 3, 4, 5. I have a ridiculous move, Gingy. So I'll move 1 square at a time until you tell me to stop.
Well, I mean, I'm not
9,
telling you where and
10,
how to walk.
11,
Just
12.
shit.
And turn me. That's double move.
Okay. Anna, what are you up to?
Moving on up to the east side.
We're going big. Team
Racist.
Meat Shield. Team Meat Shield.
What's that icon?
Hashtag dead meat.
The
Which
purple
one?
thing?
That
That's
one,
the
that's
pixie.
the fairy. That's the
Is
pixie.
it?
That's what I said. He summoned a juggalo. Is what he fucking summoned.
Yeah.
He's got guns.
It's spraying Fago orange around everywhere.
Yelling family at all of us. Fago.
Fago. And oh, Corvo's way up there. Yeah, that's right, because he
I mean, I'm sure that you guys can see my non-corporeal leaning against the wall, looking forward.
Man, I
So-
don't care what you're into. Who likes to be sticky? Who wants to be sprayed with shitty soda? I don't like being sticky.
Getting sticky is one thing. Remaining sticky.
So,
Getting sticky with like being sprayed with soda by some fat guy is not appealing.
Cypher, we're back
Alright.
to you. What are you up to?
I am going to creep my way along one.
So creep.
Roll me a perception check, Cypher.
You got it. Let's see. Skills, perception, roll. Fuck.
Not a
Not the
goddamn
best
thing.
time. Not the best time to fucking fail that shit critically.
No. So you hear absolutely nothing, see nothing, say nothing.
Yes, I
Pretty
have a
much-
pair of hands over my ears, my eyes, and my mouth.
You're a monkey at this point.
hashtag the silent Corvo.
All right, Gingy, we're back to you. What are you doing, sir?
I am going to follow these guys. And that is it. That's all I'm doing. I'm not going to be the first one through the door.
All right, Steve.
Like,
All
that
right.
chlorine gas rattled my cage.
Yeah.
It was pretty harsh.
Yeah, let me. I should be able to give you control of him. Give me just a second.
It's a good thing you were still incorporeal.
Still, it was a punk ass move from that dragon. Stick his head out. Hey guys.
Oh, yeah.
Blah.
Oh, yeah, that was some weak shit.
Wait, it was the kind of move that we would pull on a white dragon in his own lair.
Oh, that
Pile on
dragon
with a bunch
was,
of
was
attacks.
some punk ass bullshit, too. Being like, oh, yeah, I agree. You guys are great. Bite. Some punk ass dragons going on.
All right, you doing anything else, Steve?
Okay. Saren's going to yeah, I guess he'll pop a healing on some folk.
Okay.
He yeah. Let's see here. Is Corvo not here?
Not that
He's way ahead of you guys.
Okay.
Corvo's stealth reconning, like hardcore
Yes.
stealth reconning.
Okay, you know what? He's not gonna heal everyone if everyone's not here.
Okay.
He will. Yeah, he'll just keep doing what he's doing.
Keep on, keep
Sounds
on.
like a plan.
Being the druid. Be the druid. Be the ball. Be the ball, Johnny.
All right, go. What are you up to?
August. Light source is on me. I don't see any other exits from this room except for that direction. So it's, I look at Brill, I go, team meat shield. 5, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Bigger room. Don't see much.
All right. Roll me a perception check.
You got it. Persian cat.
Whop. Nice.
26.
Nice. So you do hear some murmuring and the sounds of like water against rock coming from further on in the cavern.
Water
But
on
you
rock
also
and
hear
murmur further
like
on.
some voices.
Ooh. This is murmuring and water falling on rock, which is not an uncommon sound from behind a waterfall cave.
Anna, what's Brielle up to?
On the east side.
You just moving forward? Anything else? I'm sorry.
No, I'm gonna double move.
Okay. Cypher?
Around the corner without really exposing myself so that I can give myself basically what I'm looking to do is I'm to clear up this area so I can see what's over here
Okay.
without exposing myself, so I want to lean around the corner and look. So
Roll me
If I'm-
a stealth or a dex check. Oh wait, you're not corporeal,
I
are
haven't
you?
yeah, no, I'm still
Okay. No, you're fine.
Like I said,
Okay.
okay.
You
So
can-
but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move myself to here so that I can clear it up and then I'll move back.
That's
So I
fine.
just want to get a look. Okay. And then I will move back. And I saw what was there. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me.
Yeah,
I
roll
didn't-
a perception
didn't-
real quick.
Okay. I didn't look down. All right. Perception is here. Roll. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, you see all of that. You also see the water in the southern corner there is rippling as if something big and large just kind of dove through it.
Okay. So you're talking about here, down in this area? Oh, over
Yeah.
here. That's you're talking about over here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So let me move myself back. And since I noticed that Brielle is corporeal and standing next to me, so it's in the water, and there are people on the shoreline to the east of here.
How far?
How far? From where we stand?
Yeah.
Between 30 and 60. There's a line of them, and I saw 4.
They're in line, directly lined up.
Roughly. But my concern is that that dragon is in the water in front of them.
Damage some of them. Go. So.
I was gonna say if we think it's in the water. Oh shit! No, I can't hear you. Never mind. You're whispering to Brill. So
Yes. They're not the only humanoids in the.
Did Discord cut out on me again?
Who?
Yeah.
It sounds like you clipped your sentence there, Cypher, I think.
Oh, well, it could also be that the level that I have. Well, yeah, it looks like it's cutting out on me too. I was eating and stuff, so. And it did it again. What the fuck? Hold on.
Yeah, no worries.
Hold on. Is that better?
Yeah, it seems to be.
Okay. What part didn't you hear me tell her? And I'll just repeat what I said. I basically what I said was there are other humanoids besides herself in this cave 4 of them along the shoreline, between 35 and 60 feet from where we stand. But our biggest concern is the dragon is in the water to the south of them. Was
Yeah.
basically what I told her.
Okay. And Gingy, what are you doing?
Well, I'm still doing the same shit that I've been doing.
You're doing the same shit I've been doing.
Following and not leading,
You're doing the curly shuffle.
pretty much. Sorry, I was having trouble. Yeah, I'm following suit.
Alright.
I'm hiding in this little polyp.
Fair enough.
If I can, while he's moving, try to get his attention.
From where you are, where he is, he's not in your line of sight. So you could shout down the corridor after him if you want. But as far as like waving your hands in the air or anything, yeah, you wouldn't be able to get his attention.
Do it like you just don't care. See if that has any effect.
Just wave your hands in the air.
Steve, what are you up to?
Okay. So Pixie's going to get up here. Can Pixie see anything?
Hang on. Do you see the light coming off the pixie?
Yeah.
Then what he can see, you can see.
Okay. Cool. So there's no light emitting from the room.
There is not.
Interesting. Alright, it's gonna stay there then.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna keep on trying to move up there. I guess I could, yeah, I don't want to run because I'm trying to be quiet.
Okay. Oh, what are you up to?
I, on the other hand, am not being super stealthy because I'm a glowing light source in an area of darkness, so I could not hear what Corvo was whispering to Brill, but I can see that Corvo is there, unless he's invisible. I
Flash,
forgot.
thank you for that follow.
Did you invis yourself, Corvo, or are you still just in?
No, I'm still in corporeal. I haven't cast any spells yet, and I can't
So
without coming out of this state.
Right.
So it's a waste of magic.
right. So the question is, can I move? Do an action and move, Jason? Like move part of my move, do an action, move, like ask him something and
Yeah.
move again?
Yeah, you can break up your action, your movements.
I didn't know if I fucking brain farted if I could do that or not. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Corvo, if we go loud, are you going to go corporal?
I don't understand the question.
I know they know we're already here. I'm a walking light source. The only thing I can do is get in close. I will get in there and start the dance. And
There are humanoids in this cave beyond the dragon. You wouldn't be
Yeah.
fighting just one thing.
I'm charged. If you said that if the dragon's not visible, I'm going to charge the humanoids. You feel free, because if the dragon comes up to go, haha, sucker, I got you. You lay in your biggest, nastiest area effect spell right on top of it. Don't worry about it if you catch me in it, which you never would anyway. Shouldn't anyway.
All right.
Is that the plan?
If you're going to do it, you're going to make sure that I have the time to become corporeal before you do.
That's why
Otherwise, you're going to walk
I'm
out there.
holding right here. That's why I'm going, because it's going to take you a minute to go corporeal. I will wait here until the minute you're unfazed and you give me the I'm ready to go, I'm going in. They probably see the light source, but me charging in, getting into melee combat, and then you just dropping it right on me might surprise them.
Oh wait, that's true. I'm no longer being protected by the shadows because 2 torches are standing behind me.
We're standing
Okay.
right behind you. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess I will become corporeal at this point because the stealthiness I had is gone.
Okay. So that'll be your next 2 rounds.
Yep.
Anna, what are you up to? Or Goat, were you done moving?
Yes, because he has to come back to corporal. So I am stopping my move there. The minute he's corporal next turn is when I'll go in.
Okay. Anna, what are you up to?
I'm gonna delay my action until after Corvo casts his spell. So.
Okay. Holding action there. Cypher, you were spending the turn to become physical again.
That's correct.
Gingy, what are you up to?
Same old shit. I'm gonna keep on walking.
I'm gonna wave him over to us. Like, come here, we have a plan, kind of.
Okay.
I'm tucking up into another cave butthole.
And I'll fill him in since I'm holding action anyway. I'll fill him.
Okay. Steve, what are you up to?
Alright, Siren's gonna catch up with the crew. The pixie's going to move ahead until it can see something.
Where is its mind?
It sees a thing. And just as a reminder, it's still invisible.
Okay.
Okay, it's then going to come back and tell Saren where it sees a thing, which is like right about here.
Alright.
Saren is then going to cast spell. Where's that spell at? There it is.
Whop.
Alright. Everyone gets 21.
Nice. Back to my
Nice.
full health.
That was a pretty good 3.8 heal.
Oh, dude, Exploding Kittens is on fucking Tabletop Simulator. We gotta fucking
Yeah.
play that.
What?
Game's
gotta
I'll
fun.
get
fun.
around to it.
That's awesome.
That game is fun.
Alright, go.
Team vote next time we don't have a team available to play this. We're playing Exploding Kittens on Tabletop Simulator. If it costs money, I'll pay for everybody's. I want that game.
What are you doing with the turn?
Corvo's still materializing. So
He is. He's got one more turn.
waiting until he turns solid and then going in.
Okay.
Held action until Corvo's tangible.
Where am I? Hello, says the
Hey.
dwarf.
So this is a human that has walked around the corner trying to investigate why there's all this light suddenly coming from around the corner. And stumbling upon the group of you.
You know
Steve.
that scene when somebody's parents walk in on them while they're masturbating?
Everybody's embarrassed.
Steve, does 22 hit your AC?
No.
Okay. The guy
Wait,
rounds the
let me
corner.
double check. Hold up.
Alright.
Wait. Yes, it does.
Okay.
Just kidding.
The guy rounds the corner. He's got his rapier already drawn because he's sure there's something's amiss here. And he sees the group of you and he just lunges forward towards Steve, stabbing him with his rapier
Stabby.
for a whole 15 points of damage.
God damn. Ouch.
I am personally against this male-driven rapier culture.
Anna, what's Riel up to?
Just gonna strategically. Can I step right there? Or is that too
Yeah, there's half of that block there. That's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna stab him.
All right.
Around the corner, in the head with a pike.
Nothing but net.
Stabbity stab.
That'll hit.
Oh my.
I think that's
Now
gonna
he
hit no
just
matter how you look at it.
He falls over from the first hit.
Damn,
very
she's just like,
sturdy.
nope, I'm not done.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, I don't care if you're dead. I'm not fucking done.
He tries to fall over, and you're like, keep bouncing him up in the air. You're like, air juggling.
If he's down by the second, I want to use the third one to pull him over into the
Okay.
Ooh.
There's a body there with you guys now.
She's gonna impale him, and then with it still in his chest, like sweep him like a mop, just drag him across the floor.
Hang on, there's something weird going on with my macro for the init on these guys. It's not adding their initiative to the tracker. Give me 2 seconds. We can figure out what's wrong with it.
Damn, woman. You just turned him into a fucking corpse.
But you killed him with the first hit, which is an indicator that these are not the very sturdy. These are like the janitorial staff. It's got 11 hit points or less.
That makes it
What the hell?
possibly a 2-hit die creature?
I don't know why
Or
it's not showing up like it should be.
That is, yeah, you're not adding it to the turn, so I don't know.
Yeah, the macro's right. I don't know what's going on.
Is it because well, there you go. Are you physically adding them?
Yeah, I'm just physically adding them in now.
Okay. Is it possible because the turn order went kind of wacky when you moved us? Is that might be what's going on?
Oh, you know, it might be. You're right. Oh well, I mean, it's got it now. Oh jeez.
Okay, the GM says OGs. And then
Oh,
it's
he crit his initiative.
He crit his initiative, yeah.
All right, so that was Anna.
bad.
From real. There we go. Scroll down.
And Cypher, this is your second turn, yeah?
That's correct.
All right, so you're still incorporeal this round. You'll
Yes.
be back to your normal self next time around.
Next
Did you-
turn, yes, sir.
You doing anything?
No.
All right. You guys hear some movement coming down from further down in the cave.
Shuffle,
Chief?
shuffle, shuffle. Water, water.
Okay.
Go loud, Steve. Go loud.
Yeah. One pixie is going to cast sleep on that.
On which one? Sorry, ping him again.
This guy
Okay.
or girl. Unclear.
They're guys.
Being of indeterminate gender.
Looks like a very young guy.
It is. Let's see. I get a resist for that, right?
Yeah. Will save. Gotta be 12.
Hang on, trying to find his will. Wait, a will save or a wisdom save?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a wisdom save.
Okay. What's the
Got
DC?
old school on the mind.
What's the DC?
12.
Yeah, he makes it.
Cool.
Your DC is a 12?
For the pixie.
The pixies.
Oh, for the pixie. Okay.
All right. Pixie number 2 is going to do the same.
So,
Oh, I thought it was a 19 for a second. All right, so he's asleep.
Wait, is this a special ability that isn't quite the same as a sleep spell, or
No, it is the sleep spell.
because it's sleep spells like you roll 5d8 to see how many hit points you're going to affect, and then you just start picking them off from that?
Yeah.
Okay. But there's one creature that they can see.
Right, but you roll a 5d8 to see how many hit points total you can affect with the spell when it gets cast. It's a small area effect spell. It's like a 20-foot area. You cast it centered on that area. You roll 5d8 for how many hit points you can totally affect, and it starts working from weakest creature outward and goes against their hit point total. It's a change. That's not how sleep used to work completely. It's close, but not exactly the same. It used to be.
Oh, yeah.
straight up roll
Yeah,
the
it just has a spell save next to the pixie stuff. It doesn't have a like anything about sleep.
Okay, so we'll
Right.
just treat it. We'll treat it as we will
it's in
treat
a-
it as an
yeah.
innate ability for the pixies then.
Right. It's not the same because it's not an area effect.
Okay.
Okay.
So he is asleep for how many rounds?
1 minute. Yeah,
6
if
rounds.
we attack him, then we get advantage and auto crit.
Okay. Anything else?
Does Saren hear any more people bustling around?
Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
'Cause there was somebody that moved, so it's possible you heard him.
Yeah, well, yeah, he heard people talking, but he's seen 2 people already, and that could be everyone.
Yeah, for as far as you're aware, that was everybody.
Okay. Cool. He'll just be like, okay, there's a guy around the corner. Sleeping.
Okay, go.
Well, we have gone loud. So, Corvo should be non-incorporeal shortly. I've got to move for it. Let's go around. 10. Good spell, Pixie. Ah, damn it. 10, 30, 35. That guy is snoozing.
He is.
We're going around him. The guy behind him is not snoozing.
He is not.
Oh wait, is that I can't tell if that's decoration from the ground.
I mean, is there a reason we're not slitting Sleepy's throat?
Well, no, because the next person in can say, I'm going for the ones that are still upright.
Yeah, we can slip Sleepy's throat. Slit Sleepy's throat.
What
he
he
said.
said.
Times fast.
What he said.
Split Sleepy's throat. When we're not in danger of getting beat up by Sleepy's friends.
Sleeping, I'm rolling into the second target and attacking him.
All right.
And because you know me, I will spend the key point to get the extra attacks because that's what I love to do. Hold on to combats. The first 2, if it doesn't kill him, if the attacks don't kill him outright, trying to knock him down with the first 2. Nothing like minimum damage. And there's a fumble there on the 3rd.
Yeah, roll me a botch for that 3rd one. Or roll me a d20, or if you set up the botch button, hit your botch button.
Oh, I can click the botch button.
All right. Go ahead and deal. Take half that 4 damage to yourself. You apparently missed and
Worth it.
sprained your wrist at some odd angle.
Ah! 4 damage.
Yeah.
Ah! Punched through him, hit the wall. Ah! Peter Griffin for 20 minutes. Ah!
All right.
Ah! Turn me. You just saw me
Nope,
punching.
that
the
did
floor.
not hit at all.
That does not hit my.
That was a
He saw
horrible
you
roll.
miss and was like, I don't want to hurt myself like that.
Anna, what are you up to?
Alright, I am gonna move past Corvo. I don't think he's a problem with that.
No, help yourself.
I just teleported through the wall.
Is that not up against, is that not in the square next to the wall?
No, for you're fine. For some reason, like on my screen, you went diagonally from like where you were just straight through the wall to where you are now.
She probably didn't let go of her
Oh,
mouse by the time
no
she
big
moved
deal.
around it. That's why.
No, I was just holding it and counting.
Yeah, no big
Um,
deal.
I'm gonna kill the one next to, the one that's not.
Okay.
It wasn't not snoozing. The non-siesta.
Unless I botch.
Oh,
You didn't.
no,
You hit him.
your primary was yeah.
You just rolled minimal damage, but that's still 8 damage.
He's dead.
That's the blurts.
He was dead from the 8 damage. No.
These guys are not the sturdy team. These are janitors, I swear.
My last hit is gonna be at the sleepy dude.
Okay. That'll hit.
Sorry, tired guy.
He never knew what hit him.
Go from sleep to eternal sleep. Mwah!
Alright.
Will I dream?
The Cypher, you are physical again.
I am now physical, yes. So,
It's your turn, sir.
let's see. All right, so this is what's going to happen. Make sure I have that. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be 30 right there.
All right.
Okay, so that was my movement. Now, when I saw the ripples of the water from where I was standing, when I was back here,
Mm-hmm.
where did I see them down here?
About
Right
right where
on.
you pinged.
So right about here?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me read this. Let me read this real quick. Hold on a second. How long does it last? Is my first question.
If you
It's an
have
instant.
some
It's an instantaneous duration, so I don't want to use that one right away
Okay.
because it'll happen and then it'll be gone. So that's not going
Right.
to do us any good.
If
But
you have
I-
some secret spell that's like water to rock, I will now change class to war. My next level is going to be in warlock.
I don't have anything like that. How long does it last? Up to a minute. Okay, and it's 90 feet from where I am. The question is, how large is the casting area? Okay, so that would be. Let me see here. So you said that it was right about here.
Yeah,
So
about
that
there.
means there. Okay, so if you follow the arrow,
Yeah, that's
20
it.
feet, 20 feet, 20 feet, 20 feet. That entire 20-foot square.
Yep. Okay. And I have something. I don't know if it's working or not, but I'm gonna try something real quick.
Okay.
I've been trying to get this to work. If it works, hooray. Where was the origin spot again for me?
Well, let's see. I'm doing two things on this turn. The first thing is well, first hold on, let's say. So you said it was here is what you said. So what I've done is 5 feet to the
Doesn't matter. Not
So-
working.
okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this script. It's been giving me a hard time, but if I can actually get it to work, I think it'll be real helpful.
All right. So since it was here where the arrow ends, I'm starting it from where the arrow starts. So from here, 20 feet that way, 20 feet that way. That whole 20-foot square is affected by it.
Okay.
That's the spell that I cast, and I'm casting a secondary spell, Misty Step, which is the spell itself, which I believe is a 3rd level spell. Hold on, it is is it 3rd level or second? I guess it's 2nd level. It is a additional action or whatever. What is it called? Oh, bonus action. So I get to cast it as well as my main one. So
Nice.
Misty
Okay.
Step, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 30 feet in that direction, I reappear. So I pop down, cast that spell, pop up back around the corner.
Okay. And I need to draw a square real quick. This is the other thing that's not working.
Okay, so it started here because you said that I saw the waters rippling here, so it's the one to the
Right.
left,
Okay.
right there.
And
It's
20
the center.
Is it 20? And it's 20 foot.
It's a 20-foot square radius, yeah. So 20 feet in all points from that thing, monster.
Nice. So it goes
Square.
20 feet down.
Yeah, it's a 20-foot. It's a 20-foot.
Nice.
20-foot square.
Or square. Nice thought of a spell. Very nice.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Gingy, what are you up to?
Well, there's no one. I'm gonna hold turn until we
Okay.
progress a little deeper.
That's what she said.
Steve?
What?
All right. Cool. Let's see here. Saren is going to take the opportunity to transform into a air elemental.
Hey people. Alright.
He's gonna turn into a people.
Yeah.
I wonder if an air elemental could blow chlorine gas back at its source.
So Steve,
Why not?
you are an air elemental made up of, like, you know, that heat shimmer that happens, when the asphalt's real hot.
Yeah.
That's essentially what Steve looks like at the moment. Is just the shimmering shape.
So I'm trying to use the like red circle for my temporary hit points.
Okay.
But it's not showing up. Is there a way that I could? that I
I've
could
got
make another
90.
bar?
I've got 90 for it.
Yeah.
I can click on you and see it. If you want
Okay,
the bar
cool.
to show up, you have to put it in both slots.
In both slots.
Yeah. The 90 and then 90. I got
Oh,
it. Hang
I
on.
got you. I got you. And
There you go.
cool. Yeah. Now he's a shimmered NATO.
Okay. Just remind me of
Um,
what your AC is, because I usually keep everybody's AC there if I can to
Okay,
get it
good.
real quick.
Yeah, my AC is now 23.
Okay.
Which
Sarah
is why
Sharknado.
I used about 22 hitting.
Alright. Yo, what are you up to?
Well, since I just saw a Corvo duck around and put his tentacles to the south, not going that direction. So we're going to move along the edge of the pool this way. 2, 3, oops, 4, 5. Tunnel going in the north. Oops. And there doesn't appear to be any more access around there. So we'll vector over here. 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Holy shit, that gets tight. 12.
What she said? Alright.
I walked over to see the edge of the pool. It's like, okay, there's nothing more that way. And know what's going on at the pool. There's lots of deadly spells being cast there, so I'll go check this tunnel to the north. So, Brielle, there's a narrow tunnel to the north. Please don't run over me if you come this way.
Alright. Anna, what are you up to?
I'm gonna walk along the water the other.
Skipping rocks. Wistfully thinking about the elves that she saw.
Them elves, though.
Pool of cool water. Bunch of elves.
Playing that 90s rom-com music as she does it.
Alright. Cypher, back to you. What are you up to, sir?
Holy shit. Okay. So both of them. Okay. Let me think about what I want to do here, because my concern is fucking big green and ugly popping his head up. Okay. Oops. Let go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. Anything else?
No. I am saving my last fucking major spell for when he sticks his fucking head out.
Okay. Genji?
Well, let's see. I can't see. No, I can't think of a better plan than what I'm currently doing.
Alright, so you just gotta hang out back there.
I'm hanging out until we've kind of moved into formation.
Sounds like
Why
a
would we
plan.
move into a
This is
tight-
a formation. This is a.
I'm not
the
saying a
end of
tight formation. I'm just saying is when we have an agreed upon general direction that we're all headed.
we were going for the pool where we saw the dragon dive from Corvo. We're kind of making sure there's not something waiting right around the corner like 50 more troops.
Green
Right, I
dragon-
can't see anything, so I mean, there's not a lot I can do at this juncture.
Green
rear.
dragons can breathe underwater.
Breathe underwater.
So,
And that just because it's a pool there doesn't mean that isn't a pool that goes down and around. So
right. That's what
watching
I'm
the
saying.
rear,
Like other places.
you're not just staying in the back. You're guarding the rear of the formation. Carefully.
Alright. Steve, what are you up to?
All right. Terran's going to fly to the top of the chamber.
Alright, it's about 40 feet up.
Okay. And he's going to go 50 feet forward.
Alright, so got 10 squares.
Okay, so yeah, he's just gonna hang out over here.
Alright, good deal.
The pixie can come hang out here. Invisibly.
Alright, go. We go to.
250 pounds, but I'm losing weight. Oh, wait a minute. Well, I'm going to go a little further until I see if this tunnel opens out. So, is there enough room? Can I fit down the tunnel?
Yeah, you could fit down the tunnel.
I'm not going to be perfectly centered on the square, so it's
Yeah, that's fine.
15, 20, and I've come across somebody, so I'm beelining over to them. 25, 30, 45. How you doing, buddy? And I, of course, am in. I'm in pure Han Solo doing the dumb thing against the stormtroopers. For my man HB Fox, I'm doing this. I'm just running at this guy.
Alright, hang on. Alright. Are you attacking him?
Yes, sir. 3 bags full.
And roll.
And let me pop that open there. And look at all these dice rolls.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm watching the dice rolls. But since I did just run into a room that I see multiple foes in, so I'm not using a key to multiply my attacks to 4. I'm using a key to give myself dodge.
Probably a smart idea.
So I'm just going to attack him twice. If I can find the fucking button. There it is. Pardon my French. There's 1. And that's not a great roll.
Miss.
That's a
That'll
better
hit.
roll.
All right.
23 hit his armor class?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so at least I know the 23 will hit him. I know the 11 didn't, unless he's got no
No,
armor
no.
and +1 dex.
Yeah, the 11 didn't hit.
So I'm in dodgy and turn me. And I will yell, I found more meat to hit!
One of them from the back of the room rushes towards you.
Come on, sucker!
What's your AC?
Now I have dodge. My AC is normally 19, but I have dodge this turn.
Okay. Gets 2 attacks on you. And both of them this.
Huzzah!
Yeah, I gotta figure out if I can make it.
This isn't one of those boneless green dragons, is it?
What do you mean?
Well, you know,
honey,
Green dragon.
Yellow.
honey barbecue.
Well, no, it's just so that it can squeeze through these tiny ass tunnels, and we wouldn't expect it.
You wouldn't have to. Just have to breathe chlorine gas down one and murder all of us
Yeah.
at a whim.
Anna, your turn.
Okay, you can move twice your normal movement for a double move. Is there a triple move?
There's not.
No, there's just a
Because
flat out
double
sprint.
double
There's
movement
WB.
means you can't take any other actions. So
Yeah.
In the wrong spot. I meant to type that in. Sorry, I meant to type that over here in Twitch.
no worries.
That's double moved.
Okay. You're flanked at this point. Go.
Roger that, sir. 1 hit.
That's a crit.
Now he takes disadvantage, but 19 will hit me
Oh.
anyway.
Oh God.
No, it's a natural 20, so I'm gonna give it the crit. That's what I usually do.
No, I know, but
That's fine.
I was letting go now. Okay. So-
No, that makes sense. That makes
3
because
times
he also
damage.
counts out. He's flanking me, which means he has advantage.
Yeah.
So balances out. Fuck it, take the first dice roll.
So 3 times whatever the damage is.
Oh, I
So-
thought the 33.
12
I
damage
thought the
from that.
33 was the damage. Oh,
No, that was
what?
confirming the
I
crit.
demand you re-roll that damage. He can't get a triple crit on me and roll a 1. I demand a reroll. I want to take more damage than that. I'm taking 8 damage at least.
There you go.
There you go. You take 15.
I take 15 damage. That's almost. I would feel bad for him. I'm like, dude, triple critical hit, and you did 4 damage. Sorry.
Scimitars
Roll it.
suck.
82.
Cypher, what are you up
Good
to?
for speed factor, though.
They are.
Speed factor. They are good for speed factor.
I am moving here.
Alright.
That's what I did. I'm hiding behind the corner.
How many of these to move? It was only going to be one chamber, and then you yelled.
Exactly. There's only one square more for somebody, unless they got range. Like, come on! I'm like, come on! Get in there closer! I take all you bitches.
Well, it was only going to be one of these guys that like one room of these guys, and then you yelled, and I was like, well, they heard it, so.
That was my job. I attract attention.
Nope, neither of those. All right.
Real, I'm lining them up for you. These guys are just screaming out, AOE me. Well, they got some good initiatives. 22, 22, 20. We need to recruit these dudes.
There you go.
That one hits. There we go.
All right, so that's going to be 30 acid damage. So what that one does, instead of actually running up to you with the scimitar, it balls up this green ball in its hands and just kind of kamehamehas it towards you. Once it hits you, you take 30 acid damage from it.
Hey, you know, I got to give that guy props. That was an excellent spell there. Nice spell, buddy. Nice spell. Smart not to use an area effect. You would hit all your buddies. I'm assuming, was that the guy here that it came from? I can kind of see where it came from. So was that the dude who's...
That one there.
Okay, that dude? Okay, there. Got it.
Digi, your turn, sir.
Well, now that I've got an idea of something I can help with, I'm going to start heading his way.
Okay.
I'll double move. Oh, that doesn't go down as far as I thought. Okay, so that would be... I can get to Brielle on a double move, right?
Yeah, that should be fine.
1, 2, 3,
It looks reasonable.
5, 6. Yeah.
Steve. Roll me a perception check, Steve, because you're actually kind of far away.
Cool.
All right, so you heard Goat's cries from down the hall there.
I found a bunch of them to punch.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go over there. Let's see, my speed is 90. Can I get to the, like, this one and then, like, down enough to, like, whack him?
Probably not in the same... Well, your speed's 90. Yeah, you could probably do that in the same turn.
Okay. Make sure
That
my
one there,
shit
right?
is right. What's up?
This one there on the corner?
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
Okay. Make sure. 15, 20, 14. 20, 14, and I'm doing. Okay, cool.
Go for it.
Oh wait, no shit. Sorry, I lied. Slam is. Oh no, that was right. Cool. All right. So slam number 1.
That's a miss.
Okay. Slam number 2.
That's a miss.
Shit. I love how the last one, or yeah, I always like see the last one rolling, and I'm like, oh, that did good. Sad. It's very sad.
But very dramatic effect.
Okay. And the pixies are going to be like,
Fair enough. Goat, I'm just gonna roll. Tell me if it hits you or not. 23.
Yes, sir.
7 damage from that. 19. I think hits. Yes.
19, but it's a 9. My dodge goes until my turn. So
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
keep rolling. Keep rolling. So far, we got hit for 7. I got that on my fingers. That will miss. Keep missing. Keep whiffing. Keep swinging at me, you bastards. 13 will miss. Mr. Acid Guy. Son of a beaver.
All right, your turn.
Yeah, let me take the 7 damage. Hey, those guys' swarm attacks pretty good. So I'm going to free action, heal 33. I'm going to use my 1 healing ability that I've got on myself, because I'm not going to use it on anybody else. My wholeness of body. I will use my wholeness of body for the day,
Alright.
because I did get pounded by that fucking spell. Yep, we better blow some key. So we're gonna do spend two Kai points to get 4 attacks. The first 2 are going to be attempts to knock down if they don't kill,
Okay.
and then spend another key point. So I'm spending a total of 3 to give myself dodge again.
Okay.
There's no better time than right now to use these points. They don't do me any good if I'm dead. So punch number 1, scroll down to combat right there. So guy to my east first.
That'll hit.
Guy to my north. Misses.
That'll miss.
Guy to the northwest.
Miss.
Also misses. And guy to the northeast. So 3
Miss.
horrible packs. The first one, he has to roll a... I'll get it in a second, sorry. He has to roll a dex save or get knocked down. Takes the 11 damage. So the guy to the east is the only one who got hit out of those whiffs that I threw.
Alright, sorry, I had to find his dex real quick.
And the DC is only a 12 on it, though. So it's not a...
He
it's
did
not a
not make
hard
it.
roll. Then
He's
he
terrible.
didn't make it, though. So guy to the east is knocked down, and end turn.
Alright.
For moi.
Miss.
Keep rolling crappy, guys. Keep using up your attack rolls on me.
He stands up, giving you the attack of opportunity on the guy to your east.
Aw. You know, these guys are fighting with a lot of heart. I'm going to give these guys, as the expendable minion wave, they're fighting with a lot of heart. You got to give it to them for that. The attack of opportunity.
Miss.
Yeah, I'm just rolling crappy too. See? It's catching. I'm infected by their crappy rolls.
That'll
15
miss.
will not hit.
He's at 19 because he's got you flanked. So it cancels out your
Yes.
dodge.
That is the
That'd
guy
be
to the wing.
19. So that would have actually hit you, right? 19?
The 19 does it. Yes, if he's the flanking guy, he's got the 19.
Eight from his scimitar.
I've been good rock and roll guitarist.
And Anna.
Here and breath weapon. Will my cone hit everybody?
What's the range on it?
15.
It'll hit those first 3 lines there if you're aiming it that way. If you're aiming it up, it'll hit those 2 guys there.
I'm gonna aim it towards
Can I do a 5-forward reaction? Aim it at me!
yeah, I'm gonna aim it towards Goat and get
Alright.
as many.
What's the save on it?
It is a Dex 15.
Alright, let's see how many people there are real quick. Hang on.
I'm gonna get caught in that, so I'm gonna roll a dex save to dodge it too.
Alright, so there's 8 of them. Alright, so go ahead and roll your damage and then I'll start rolling dex saves.
So I will save, so I take no damage from her area effect spell, which is a breath weapon.
And it was 12 you said, Anna?
15
15?
DC.
Okay. Alright, so I'm just gonna start Along that bottom row where your goat's at, and then I'll do the middle row, and then the top row. From left to right.
Ooh, wow, he really didn't save.
Alright, he did. I'll mark him real quick. Oh, damn it. Hang on. Alright, so only 2 of them actually saved. So it was 19 damage, and then it'll be 9 damage for the 2 that saved. Okay.
Excellent use of breath weapon.
Blah.
Yeah, bleh. I'm covered with stinky sardines. I don't know why. Oh.
And then I have some move action left.
Alright, go ahead and take it.
Well, actually, he's still considered flanked right here, right? Because I have reach.
Yeah. And goat, you need to take half from that if you didn't.
No.
He made it. He made it.
I
Right.
make mine. It's an area effect breath weapon. If I can roll a saving throw, if I make the save, I take no
He has
damage.
evasion.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I have evasion. Again.
That's what I
we'll
needed
start
to know.
with that.
Okay.
My evasion ability lets me
Alright.
dodge it.
Anna?
And that's all I can do. I think I can only do that. That's considered my entire.
Oh, okay. I thought so. You were asking about flanked. I thought you had another attack.
Well, I mean, I didn't know if I could attack after using a breath weapon. I don't know what that's considered.
An attack.
That's considered an attack. So you do normally get 3, so you've got 2 more.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then I'm gonna hit the one.
Typical GM. Thank you for that host, sir.
Oh, how nice, another hoster. All right, good deal.
Right on. Appreciate that, sir. Alright, that will hit him. And he will just blank real quick.
Bleh.
And then I'm gonna hit the other one.
That'll hit, and he will blat as well.
He will blat as well.
He will.
Yeah.
Blat as well. Cypher, what are you up to?
That's
My
great.
work here's done.
Hello, typical GM.
A good name.
That's a good name. Good solid name.
Good old DM.
Yeah, he's got a good solid stream too. I popped in there a couple times. Unfortunately, like he pops in and we're wrapping up for the night. We were gonna finish this round and we done. But thank you for coming in anyway. We do appreciate it. We don't want to say that we don't. It's absolutely appreciated. Speaking of wrapping up for the night, you guys, if you want to get in on the giveaway, now is a fantastic time to do that. Alright, so Cypher, what are you doing?
Well, considering we're coming to the end of it, dude, and I'm separate from the party, I'm not going to be able to get there in time to do anything, so just
Alright,
move
just
on
go ahead and take
past
your
me.
move.
Yeah.
Well, take your movement.
Okay.
Puzzles Wifey, thank you for that follow.